it still exists because Twitter is a mess now and whatever. But there used to be a bot that every Friday would tweet the
I remember
Friday night.
It's probably they still have that that turbo. Yeah, that account probably still does.
Yeah, they probably still do it. Yeah.
Turbo posting.
Yeah.
It's turbo time.
Oh my God. This should be us recapping everything we like.
Yeah, nobody's done this before.
We should watch all 3 seasons straight and just give our reaction as we go.
It would just only take us like 3 hours.
Reaction to my 15th time watching this skit.
We'll do like a sleepover as the podcast. They'll get to the point of that, like, I really love you guys. You know, like, I wish we did this.
Every sleepover.
We should do this more often.
You never stay over. I love my wife.
Oh my God.
All right, well, we're in.
We're in?
That's you're head honcho now. I give up.
What does that mean?
What do you
I do
mean?
this a lot. Well, this
Don't
is
put him in
the
charge.
fun thing about the podcast.
What are you
What's up?
talking about?
I'm a head honcho now.
No.
Yeah.
See, this is don't do that.
I own everything.
Is this not working?
No, it's literally going.
Oh, I
we're
thought
good.
you needed me to fix something.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
that's
no.
what I
I'm
was
saying,
confused
Yeah,
too.
I'm
sit
saying
down.
your eyes. You look at that.
I'm
something
head
goes
honcho
wrong.
now.
Yeah, you look. If you see anything
I'll tell you what,
weird,
it's too hot for this. I don't know
yeah,
what
I don't
was
know how you've
thinking.
been doing that.
I was really trying to.
It's for the vibe.
Yeah, the vibe was.
We got the Tears for Fears hats. That
I mean, as long as this doesn't
Yeah.
come through, I could shut eco-friendly off and we could actually breathe.
Oh, thank God.
Oh man,
now
we
you can
got
put
some
that back
AC
on.
in here.
Yeah, put it
This
on.
is it,
You have a sweater? Put it on.
Yeah. That's the whole point of it.
dude. We should be layered up. We should have
Yeah.
came in swinging with like Matt. Do you like this vibe?
Yeah, is it bad that we look
You
crazy
can
like
lounge.
this?
No.
No,
lounging is
no.
cool.
It's
yeah.
We were
Cool.
talking about napping here after.
Yeah.
Or
been a
and
long
during.
day.
You were talking about
Yeah.
napping during.
and
as well.
during, and then like at least if one person's awake, we can
Sleeping
keep it going.
shift.
Just keep
Yeah.
it going if we fall asleep.
Yeah.
We've had our long day, so.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, guys.
Yeah, well,
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no
thanks for
problem.
having-
thanks for coming.
Yeah. Glad you guys could open up the space
Yeah,
for us.
been a
to,
big fan of you guys for a long time.
Do it here. Yeah. Big fans. Big fans.
Name like
fans.
5 songs.
Some kind of monster.
We have
yeah,
a
there you
rabbit.
go.
We have.
We have a rabbit.
We
You
have
know
a
that song?
rabbit. That's
That's
good
not
one.
a song.
Yeah, it is.
By who?
That was my solo project. We have a rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
If
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
isn't a song name already, it should be.
Yeah.
It's like we
Yeah.
bought a zoo, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a little
We
bit
have a
smaller.
rabbit.
It's a
We
nice
started
starting
buying
point.
a zoo. We ran out of money.
Yeah, it's good to ease into things.
Isn't that the
Yeah.
premise of the movie too? Like he runs out of money.
I think he gets a rabbit. and then-
Spoil it.
No one's ever
Oh.
seen that movie.
Yeah.
Well, Mark Wahlberg's
Is it
in it. I was
real?
thinking about watching it recently. This one guy on Twitter always talks about it, so I'm like, I should just see the movie.
It talks about the movie?
He just talks about how wild it is that like we bought a zoo.
Yeah, it is pretty
That
wild.
is pretty wild.
Yeah, I think about the ethical implications of buying my own zoo. I feel like I'd have a lot to wrestle with. I'd have to do it really well.
It would destroy you.
A lot to
You'd be
wrestle
worried
with,
about
like
all the
animal
animals
wise.
Oh, but I think I
Yeah.
would treat them so nice.
No, you wouldn't last, dude.
I wouldn't last how? So you think I wouldn't treat them
You'd
nice?
be up
No,
all
I
night.
think,
You'd be
I
like,
think
what
the
if they're
problem
not?
is you'd want to treat them nice, and that would destroy you.
One night
Like-
you would text me and be like, the thing is, it's tough because they can't talk, so they can't tell me when they're hungry or cold or
no,
know.
they
No,
have a
they
feeding
know-
schedule
you
like
know.
a dog.
Nah, but
You
it
know.
would tear you
I
apart.
might have to hit you up and be like, I need you in charge of the giraffe exhibit from this point on.
Okay.
The weirdest
can
looking
handle that.
animal of them all.
They're just
time-
too tall for me to like really feel like I can connect.
One time I went to a zoo and I saw a giraffe peeing and another giraffe was drinking the stream of pee.
Oh, wow.
So
Resourceful.
Is that really?
Brandon,
that's real, and that's the
If your
kind of thing
neck
you can
was
look
that
forward
long,
to.
you're telling me you wouldn't do that? If you and your boy are just
This is
locked up?
The
like,
best- That's horrible.
Absolutely not. We're cutting this off now.
Wait, so all you need is to be locked up and have a long neck and you be drinking pee? That's all you would need.
it's not all you need. Like Bear
That's all
Grylls
you
did
would
not
need.
have a long neck.
I just
Yeah.
can't believe that you guys came to our show and this is how we're
Yeah,
starting.
This is the best
Yeah, I
cold
know.
open we've ever had.
Yeah.
Actually.
Well, you guys actually get it. Like
Yeah.
so far, this is all
Thank
I've
you.
wanted this whole time, and
Thank
everybody
you.
else has been like,
my song.
"Well, I don't know if everybody knows this, but we only have one guitar in our band."
Well,
We have two.
we're really serious about our music, and then like when people want to talk to us about it, it gets really hard. Like we just kind of devolve into
Talking about your own music can be hard without like.
I'll go straight up. I'll stop looking at you guys if we really want to
Yeah.
do this.
And I don't like
one on one.
If we really want to talk,
I don't like being serious at all ever.
Yeah,
so.
no, it's.
except for like when we're singing.
Yeah.
I can't do it. A friend of ours was like trying to get me to do a show promo, and
Oh my
I couldn't do it.
so
Like
hard.
a talking on the camera, like,
It's
"What's
so
up,
hard.
guys? Come through." Like I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
do it.
It's so hard to talk to your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
no one
that-
there.
that
It's
is-
just you.
That is
No
rough.
one-
It's just
Yeah.
you. And
trying to
that's
find the right.
I've seen the view
perfect
count too.
vibe.
There is no
yeah,
one there.
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
It's true. That's true. That's hard. Does this show have a structure? Like, are you gonna ask us?
No, they said they're not sure if they want
Well,
one.
it's like a natural progression as we go into this. Like it's
Oh, okay.
natural.
I got it,
It's
dude.
natural.
What do you need?
I don't need. I'm good. I got water.
You
right
need
here.
something?
No, I'm good.
No.
Yeah, we both got water.
I'm gonna drink this as fast
Just
as I can.
showing
so I have to
everybody
pee.
so that we both got
Oh,
it. I
yeah.
drank a little more than Brendan.
It's actually a competitive water drinking show.
Ow, I got it in my
I have a glass just like this at home, but smaller. So.
Mason jars.
You know what
they're
I
all the
wanted to
rage.
talk about with a lot of people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and on.
So everyone.
Well, everyone after a certain age, because like up to a certain age, it's fine. Like, all right, here's the deal. Like,
Yeah, what is it?
I don't think I've ever eaten or drinking something without spilling it on my clothes, and I don't understand
I swear to God, dude.
if like are we making, is it a joke like that people act like they don't? Like I don't understand how people do it.
I spilled pizza sauce on this shirt, and I was nervous that you would notice.
You can't see it really.
I know. I cleaned it.
He cleaned it.
Tied
So.
to go.
Yeah.
Tied to go.
White vinegar. I did that
Oh,
yesterday.
White
yeah.
vinegar.
Yeah.
I definitely get your point. I try not to.
So serious.
I-
so serious.
I
know,
like you.
I feel it spiritually. I had a really bad streak like a couple months ago where
Yeah.
it's like
I'm gonna sit up. I'm feeling really into
anytime
this.
I wore a light colored clothing, I would eat something with like red sauce. Every
Right.
time. Every time.
Yeah,
I
of course.
I got the shirt 2 days ago. Boom. Like
Yeah.
I think I went to like a Have a Good Season show. Bought their shirt. I'm like, dude, Nick, this shirt
Hell yeah.
rocks. Like you designed that. That's
Great
sick.
band.
Wore it out 2 days later. I got this blue Cookie Monster ice cream in New Hope, Pennsylvania.
Oh, you gotta love
or
the
not
blue
Ho-
Cookie
New Hope.
Monster.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Cookie
And, dude,
Monster?
Lambertville.
Wait, you don't know where you
Like
were?
from an ice cream
Yeah,
truck?
it was New Hope.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I know,
Good
yeah.
spot.
It was a great
I love
spot,
New Hope.
yeah.
Good
And
spot.
dude, yeah, just right. I was beside myself.
Yeah.
Like
I
from
mean,
an
this
ice cream,
is
like the
stained.
ice cream truck.
Oh,
One?
there's a shop there. There's like an ice cream shop there. It's pink. I can't remember the name of it.
That's where we had Cava tea. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Have you ever had kava? Kava tea?
no.
Kava, I think.
It like
What is that?
it makes your mouth numb.
It
What?
tastes so bad.
It tastes pretty bad.
Oh,
It's
I
like
know
a-
what you're
And
talking
you
about.
chug
Yeah.
it as
Is it
fast as you
drug?
can so you don't have to taste it.
Kinda.
Well,
no,
it's
yeah,
tea.
it's like it's tea.
But for like 5 minutes, me and Brandon ran around town like probably in the best euphoric state
Yeah, we
ever.
Were, yeah, that's true.
And then it just disappears.
Wow.
Our other friend drank it and she threw up all night though.
No one
time.
else was
You weren't
with
there.
us. Oh, okay.
No one else
oh,
was
not at the same time, at a different time.
Brittany drank it.
You went
threw up.
back? Yeah, I don't blame her. It's really
It's
hard
gross,
to
yeah.
drink. You could
But it
trick
was cool.
yourself though. Anyway,
Yeah,
New Hope, good spot.
good
Yeah.
spot, good tea. If you want to get high off some tea, kava.
Check
Yeah,
that
I
out.
think it's like I don't think it's like an age restriction though or anything. I don't know.
No,
I don't know if
I
you
don't
probably
think so.
can't bring a 10-year-old in there to drink.
Sounds like
Cava
a
tea.
spiritualistic.
Yeah, like a holistic
Yeah,
healing.
That's the
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
vibe.
It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
witchy. It's witchy.
Like
vibe.
crystal
Yeah.
people,
That whole town is witchy.
they have kava.
Right.
definitely.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be more of a crystal person.
Yeah, you're almost there.
I have a
Yeah,
couple
really?
on my desk.
I
Yeah.
had two somewhere. I don't know where they are.
They're nice.
They are though.
That's
you
not
gotta
a good.
charge
You have to
them.
have them. Yeah, you got to
gotta
charge
charge
them.
'em.
How do you charge them?
I don't want to like.
Sunlight, I think.
I'm asking him.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You're asking me?
No, I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's-
I think it's like a sunlight kind of thing. I think you like leave it out.
You can
Moonlight.
put them outside for a little
Yeah,
bit.
they leave 'em, like on a
Moonlight.
windowsill, and it's like, is it
No,
moonlight?
isn't there another one that
Oh.
charges them? Isn't there another crystal that charges? I'm not kidding.
Is that for
I-
My
I'm
mom
sure
likes
it's-
A mother
See,
ship
maybe
crystal?
maybe I'm not as into it as I thought.
God, this is terrible. None of us know.
Yeah, I just don't want to.
I'm embarrassed to be part of this information
it's
circle.
it's a learning circle.
Yeah.
It's a podcast. That's where misinformation comes from.
That's how it starts.
Charge your
That's
crystal
true.
with the moon.
full moon.
And
Full moon
another
only.
crystal.
No waning. None of this waning, waxing. You know what I mean?
Waning,
It's full
gibbous,
moon.
gibbon.
Yeah. Blood
yeah,
blood
charge it
moon's
up.
probably a good time to do it.
That's you know.
We're modern
Maybe.
chemistry.
Charge your
Welcome,
crystals.
guys. What an incredible, it's like hard segue.
Yeah.
Um,
Just reminding everyone in case
Yeah.
they forgot from like the logo up top.
yeah. Is it gonna be up top? We go like further back than I was thinking about on the way here.
Mm.
I was like, dude, I may have talked about this with you the first time I met you.
Okay.
But I was introduced to your guys' band by a former member of the band. I grew up with Matt's younger brother.
Oh no way!
Oh yeah.
You knew this? That's amazing.
Yeah,
Vaguely.
him and I went to
So
elementary
you knew
school
our stuff.
together.
Back then?
from like 2013.
Oh, wow.
wow.
That's pretty
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, so
Whoa.
I bumped into him at a show after like not seeing him or his brother in like
We did
5
talk
years
about this.
at New Brunswick, and he's like, "Yeah, my band Modern Chemistry is playing, whatever." I'm like, "Oh, that's sick. I'll check you guys out." And I think I saw you guys for the first time shortly after.
That is
Wow.
so cool.
I wonder if I ever met you like at their house, like
it's
when we were
possible. It's very possible.
Wow.
kids. Wild.
Yeah. So it's
You grew up in Middletown?
yeah
Where'd you go to Middletown North?
Yeah.
How old
Small
are you?
world. 30.
Okay.
Well, we're 26, so it's kind of weird. that-
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
a TikTok band, right?
yeah.
TikTok
Yeah, we
band.
cut our
Last
teeth on the
year.
talk.
Yeah.
We do the dances. We do it all. we love it.
What else do you
We
do?
love that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean,
we go get
if it doesn't
coffee and
talk,
pizza.
it doesn't rock.
Right. We always
Wow.
we have that written in our practice space.
Yeah.
If it doesn't
We don't
rock,
have a
it doesn't
practice
rock.
space.
I have a studio, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out Little Hollywood
Yeah.
Studio.
But you don't practice there.
No, we did for a little, but now we practice in Brennan's basement.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. Good
Yeah.
times.
You
So
been
in a
there?
way, practice space.
Speaking of Little Hollywood, is you guys do all your own stuff in the studio? Like
A
all
lot
self-produced?
now.
Yeah.
A lot now.
Joe's been getting really good at self-producing, producing us, recording, all
Thank
that.
you.
Good
Thank
job,
you very
Joe.
much. Thanks so
good
much.
Round of applause.
Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So like this kind of worked out. Me, Mateo from Charlie and Margot,
Yep.
Noah from Sonic Bloom is now a part of it as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
yes.
and we kind of all do our own thing. Like
Right.
we I mean, I love those guys, but we all kind of have our own bands in the studio. Or I focus mainly right now on my solo project, his solo project, and Modern Chemistry.
Of course.
The band Modern Chemistry. It started probably in the pandemic was like when we kind of
That's when
had
we really locked in.
yeah, that was the lock-in period where it was like, hey, maybe we can kind of like we had the one song Haley that we had. We're
Of
like,
course.
this sounds sick already. If we just had like Adam from Timber Studios, we're like, we could have him just mix this and like maybe it'll sound good enough. And then we're like, let's just do a full like EP's worth of songs while we're stuck, while we have while we can only do it at home. So we use that time to kind of experiment with more like electronic stuff or this or that, like because we don't have a studio with drums, at that point. And that's where it started, like really going like, okay, I could do this. This could be a real thing. This could be a part of my life. And we've always been very like particular about things, like with the recording and stuff. And it's nice to finally be like, and no shade to anyone we've worked with because they've all been amazing. But like, it's nice to go like sometimes you use different words that other people don't understand or don't know what you mean by, and then you're like, this is what we meant, and then you could just put that up or lower that.
Yeah.
You kind of have your
And-
own language when it
Right.
comes to like,
Yeah.
and like you two maybe understand it with each other, but like outside people don't necessarily.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I feel like it got to the point where like we all know like demoitis is like you have your demo, then you re-record it, and you're like, oh, I like the demo better. And when that started to become like, oh, I really prefer this demo, then we were like, all right, maybe we can just, like, why are we re-recording it then? And
Yeah,
if
just
that
recreate the
keeps happening-
magic.
Right,
Yeah.
and especially in a time where like just the way computers work now and the way that people work with them, it's like you're no longer just like demoing like on a cassette player like your guitar and like sending a demo. You're like you got plugins on, you already have the reverb, you already know this, so it's
Right.
like you're already halfway there. So you can either polish that or like sometimes just feels silly to kind of
Yeah.
be like, why are we going to redo this entire thing to try and get close to this?
And then Joe was getting really good at doing it on his own in the box, and then he got moved into the studio, and it opened it up even more opportunity for like drums and live guitar mic.
That's been cool.
Yeah. It's been
Getting
fun.
drummers in there and like learning how to. I'm kind of learning backwards, learning
Sure.
from going in the box, production. Like I know how to make things sound cool, and it's like, okay, well now we have to learn how to actually mic up a kick drum
Right.
correctly.
It's like
And then-
acoustics, like
Yeah.
Yeah. Like how important the room mic is, where that goes. So it's been awesome learning that. Like every song, I kind of go back and go like, oh, that's funny that I did it this way. It's so much easier for me to do this way. Like a lot of learning.
for sure.
But yeah, it's been great for us. I mean, we've been using it a lot. Doesn't mean we won't work with other people in the future, but right now, like we're in the flow. It's feeling really good.
Flow state. Have you heard of that?
Oh,
Yeah, we're in the
We're in
flow
flow state.
state. It's a
That's
thing.
beautiful.
If you
Like,
watch
ever
any
seen,
like
an ice skate or like Olympic ice skating, like that kind of thing.
I was
Like,
thinking
that's,
more
what we
like
are.
the
You're gliding.
We're like
Yeah.
ice
like the
skaters.
self-help guys are into like get into a flow state for like 2 hours and then
Right.
take your little break.
Or like breakdancing.
Yeah, I
Olympic
think we're on
breakdance.
two different
Olympic
pages here.
breakdance,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, the next big project is under Modern Chemistry. Is it still under?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. We have a mixtape coming out.
Yes.
Mixtape.
We've been talking about this mixtape for way too long. I think it was supposed to come out last year, but we didn't really have it together yet.
It's okay.
I get a little ambitious. I get a little over ambitious. I go, we're putting out a mixtape and an album this year, and then I'm like, we should probably finish one of those before I start saying things like that.
Well, a year's nothing too.
Yeah, I mean,
Like when, like you just.
That's the thing.
No, you like
Exactly, a year
blink
is
and like it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So I've been sitting on this for a minute, like, but that's how it goes.
It's quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're really excited because the mixtape is coming out probably September.
Sick.
Our next single comes out August 29th with Charlie and Margot as a feature. And the whole vibe on this is like we call it a mixtape because it's like we're putting out a bunch of new songs, but we're going to do like a reimagined version of the Painting Company song, a reimagined version of
Oh,
Brendan the Navigator
very
song.
cool.
and a bunch of collabs from friends,
Perfect.
including Guy himself
Yeah.
right here. So yeah, we got a bunch of friends on it. We wanted it to feel like collaborative, and there's just so much fun right now in like being able to, because it's so much easier for people to like just record, and also because I have a studio where people can come. It's like, let's just get you on this real quick.
course.
Let's do this together. Let's try something out. So we wanted to give that a go as a band that usually just kind of does our own stuff by ourselves a lot. It was nice to kind of open that up and be like, what would Dana do at this point?
Yeah,
You know?
It was a beautiful endeavor too, and
Yeah.
like from what we heard, it sounds
Oh,
insane.
phenomenal.
Like
Yeah.
Very nice.
just especially like talk about a year. Like again, like a year is nothing, but also in terms of the production jump from like the last couple Painting Company songs you put out to these, I was literally gonna
Thank
be like,
you.
did you take this to someone else? But I know it's you. I know it's you because I know like having the space and like. You put yourself in a good schedule from what we talked about to like get in there and get creative, and like you have like a good ebb and flow of how you work on things, not spending too much time on things but coming back to like that's what is good about having a year to just like kind of work on things and work back and like keep flip-flopping.
Yeah, I think you're giving me a little too much credit because my ebb and flows are sometimes like I stop mixing for 3 months at a time, and then I go, man, I forgot every single thing that I knew. Like, how do I do this? But the more and more I work on it, the more I check it against other people's stuff, or have, we're lucky to have a lot of friends who are really good at this stuff. So like to have people to bounce off, like, hey, does this sound right? Is the bass too high? Is this too compressed? Whatever. I've been able to really figure out like what sounds professional enough to sound professional, and it's funny, you learn all this stuff and then it mainly just comes back to taste, it's
Of
like
course.
it's really just like if it sounds good, it is good, as somebody said.
Who said it?
Here's the thing.
Dude,
I always
who
attribute it to
said it?
David Lee Roth,
Yeah.
but I don't think he was the first one to say that.
You lied all those years ago to me.
I mean, it was to you.
Oh,
Right, yeah. We lied to each other. all
No,
the
no, it
time.
wasn't a
it's fine.
bad
It's all
thing.
good.
Like we chat, we're
It's
chatting
fine.
shit all the time.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
I lied. I've lied to you so many times.
Who's got better taste?
In,
Yeah, the two of you.
in everything or like in music?
Everything.
In a
Me.
general.
Better taste.
Because the
Such a good
juxtaposition of
question.
even like light and dark colors.
Oh, wow.
This is pretty new for me. I'm exploring the light.
This is new for him. We were
Really?
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like all black everything for a while. I've
Yeah.
been kind of venturing out. I don't know if you saw when I came in, I had white shoes on. So
Yeah, no, yeah.
So did I.
it's pretty. So I went to Brendan's room a couple weeks ago, and I saw he had like 5 pairs of white shoes, and I was like, So I guess he's
I did
the
it
taste
first.
guy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
We all learn from each other. You know?
What about you? What do you think? What do you
Oh,
think?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Which
I
one of
don't
you has
know.
better
More
taste?
tasteful or
Yeah.
better taste?
More
don't know.
tasteful is an
Wait, that's
way to say
different,
it.
right?
That's
That is
different.
different.
I would say
That
it's
is different.
No, we got.
I'm more tasteful than Brendan, but he has better
Was
taste
it-
than
was
me.
it-
Oh.
Better taste. Better taste was the question.
Better taste. I'm not gonna answer that. I don't want to do that.
He's got a mustache.
I-
so.
He does.
You just had one.
You have a
had one.
mustache still?
He had a full one.
I had
like,
a.
2 weeks
It
ago.
was hard letting go, like parting ways.
Whose glasses
Rip
do you like better?
mustache.
Whose glasses do I
You
like
don't have to
better?
answer that either.
I
You
like
don't have
Nick,
to
I
answer
like
that.
Nick's better because these are like falling off my face.
Wow. Well, thank you.
They are pretty cool.
Are those Warby Parkers?
Yeah, I gotta get them readjusted. Shout out Warby Parker.
Shout out
Shout out Warby
Shout out Warby.
Parker.
Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah,
Little
we'll take
Hollywood.
a sponsorship for the pod, and we'll also take one for the band.
Honestly, that would be like the
Couple sponsors.
best sponsorship we could get because we're blind. So
Yeah, it's like I need glasses.
yeah, that'd be sick having
do
free
too.
glasses.
I could wear my glasses. I have them with me.
Yeah, but you're a poser. You don't need them.
That's fine.
I got
No.
into them.
Are they like blue light glasses?
No, they're real glasses.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
they're not. They're not blue light glasses.
He's lying.
Oh, you
Remember
do wear
that?
glasses.
Remember when he was saying how
Occasionally.
he lies a
Yeah,
lot?
you did. Yeah, you both. You guys,
I wasn't saying that I lie a
Yeah,
lot.
you admitted that.
I just said that I thought it was David Lee Roth who said the quote, and then I realized I don't think it is.
Blue light. Blue light.
it's like
glasses.
that one.
Okay,
you know,
first
it's
of all,
like
they don't
everyone-
have blue light, which is a bummer for
Yeah,
me
it is a bummer.
because I look at computers a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
all day.
But I do have glasses, and I said I would like them for sometimes on the computer words look a little blurry. And my eye doctor, I don't know what are the,
Optometrist.
optometrist.
Yeah, yeah.
She said, "No, you just wear these at night when you drive." And I said, "Oh,
I mean, that's safe.
well, but
Yeah,
that's
good.
not what I came here for." But
Oh.
I guess I'll still take the glasses.
Yeah, you're not gonna be like, I don't want them then.
Well, because now I can wear them and
So
be like,
you
I wear
went
glasses.
in and said, "I can't see my computer," and she said, "Here's glasses for driving."
She basically I was like, sometimes I have blurriness, and then she's like, here's your problem, and I was like, well, I do have problems with computers vision sometimes. She's like, you're just gonna need these for driving, not for
Wow.
the computer.
Should
And
we name and
it
shame
was
your
kind of bizarre.
optometrist?
Yeah, shame.
no.
No, because I actually she is very nice.
Shout out to you, nice person.
Let's give it up for nice people. Let's go.
Big fan of nice people.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
That's cool.
I like
Uh
that.
oh, it's shut down.
No, I just-
oh,
We're good, we're good.
no.
I'm gonna have to do a lot of getting
Start
up.
it over.
I-
What was
I-
the first thing we talked about?
I ambitiously had it way too far for me.
It's okay.
I like ambition. I think that's a good quality to have, and
Yeah.
I don't think you should stray away from it.
That's another song title.
Wow.
The whole thing.
Ambition. No.
No, the whole thing. I mean, you do have like the album type. The last album was like what? My phone is dying and it's getting dark.
That's pretty good.
My
phone is
fucking
dying.
phone,
My
dude.
battery.
My phone is dying. I
My
hate this.
battery is low and it's getting
what it
dark.
is.
It's
My
actually
phone is dying.
I
I'm so
butchered
bored.
that. In my head, I think I figured it was a phone, but it didn't have to.
no.
Well, we-
there was actually
we LimeWire all our
that's a
music, so the
sad
titles are
reading of,
wrong.
Yeah.
It was a poetic reinterpretation of the last words of the rover
Mars rover.
rover.
Yeah.
Wow.
The last message was apparently my battery is low and it's getting dark.
Although
that
the
might
guy
be a
on
lie.
Twitter said, so that's another lie, but
We
that
did
wasn't
not
me.
lie.
That was Brendan.
I loved it.
On Twitter, someone wrote that, and then I think they were like, "It's basically what the rover
Yeah.
said, but it's not exactly." And it's like,
Close enough.
would have been nice to know.
What if he's like, my phone's dying. It's so boring up here. Call me an Uber.
Call me an
No,
Uber.
no Clash of Clans.
No. Oh man, I'll tell you what.
Oh my God! Remember that game you used to play? I
Speaking
hated
of
so much?
devolving, I have become an iPad kid.
That's cool.
All of a sudden,
Let's go.
bought an iPad a little while back to kind of use for like making design stuff. Never really used it, and then all of a sudden I downloaded Clash of Clans, and now I sit on my
Wow.
couch and I put on Ink Master and I play
Ink
Clash of
Master.
Clans, baby.
That's sick.
Nick and I like
just
to
picked
go
it
to
out of the ether too.
I
so
know.
I didn't even know that.
I know you
Oh,
did.
he
every
seemed-
Friday. We get steaks. We go to like a steakhouse and we dress up and we bring our iPads and we
Maybe also pour water.
Then you pour water on it. That's what I was gonna say.
and
yeah.
we watch Netflix, but different
Dude,
things.
I
Volume up.
I thought you were
Oh,
serious, and I was
nightmare.
like, "That's the coolest thing I've ever
They
heard."
brought their iPads
if
to
they
the steak
went and
dinner
got
every Friday?
steaks every Friday and brought iPads,
I mean, frankly, I couldn't afford that
No, that's
lifestyle,
very- it's
but
a
I
very
enjoy the
expensive lifestyle.
go
concept.
back.
You're halfway there. You
Well,
have
like-
an iPad.
I mean, we can
Ask
do
the
this.
waiter for a charger before anything else.
Yeah.
Play,
it's
we do.
kind
We
of a-
don't talk. We just play games and we eat steak.
Full volume though, like they said.
Full volume.
No tip.
No.
No
Oh.
tip. It's for the bit. It's for the bit.
Yeah, we tip. We tip.
Yeah, we tip, but when we do this,
That's another
we
game
won't tip.
That's another game we
So
play.
I hope my Outback waiter or waitress is watching this now to understand it's
Shout
all
out
just
to
part of the
you.
bit.
When the
You're
waiter
doing great.
walks away,
Shout out to you.
we have it's like the penis game, but we say, so you could say no tip the loudest and see if they turn. Like, no tip.
That's ridiculous.
Dang.
That's really good. I want to do that. Speaking of being an iPad kid, so now that you do your graphic stuff, do you do the graphics for the band in house?
We've gotten into that. We've
Not all
dabbled.
of it.
Not all of it. Yeah.
Not for this mix. For this mixtape, we hired Schnulk. I believe that's how you say it.
Shout out to you.
I actually have no idea how you say it.
Yeah.
I met them on Instagram. Really
Sick.
cool person who makes really good art, and we were like, wow, this would really fit well with our mixtape idea.
Can you put the artwork right here?
Yeah,
Just
we'd
edit
like
it
it right
right
around
Yeah,
here.
we could do that.
Should we do the single for these days, or should we
Single
have the other
now,
artwork? And then you can
and then
put
away.
We'll keep the hand up. No,
Okay.
we'll have them both. And
All right,
now,
single
and then here you could put the album, the full album
artwork,
cover,
single.
kind of like.
Yeah, and you know what'd be good while you're at it? Subtitles, and then have like our like when the ball
bounces.
Yeah,
Yeah,
have,
yeah,
like,
Oh, like, have our
Stereo
logo.
of whoever's
kind of-
talking.
over the
Yeah.
because then you put it on. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? TikTok or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
And then people can watch it silent. And
Also,
it gets more
While
more
watching,
hits.
Subway Surfers.
Right. Yeah.
I have noticed that you're filming this horizontally,
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the deal with that?
and we're like
More vertical content.
The
kinda
whole
guys.
time.
like I
What's
said,
the
if it
deal
doesn't
with
talk, it doesn't rock.
doesn't-
So I'm
yeah,
not
right.
sure what the rating on this podcast is right now. Am I
Yeah,
right?
man,
We're cutting-
Pew, pew, pew.
That's crazy.
We're
Yeah, that was
positive.
rough.
We're
That was
positive
rough.
ratio. All right.
The ratio.
I got positive ratio.
Yo, should we try to get kicked out of here?
you guys gotta
building?
go.
Oh man.
What do you guys
Um,
want to know?
what do they want to know? Wow.
You want to know
Uh,
anything about me?
I feel like I've got a good grasp, but there are a few things
Are
that
there
I could
things
know
you
more.
guys don't know about each other?
I don't know. It's a good question.
If there are, they're probably not very important.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Actually, we probably know a lot
Brennan,
not important.
what's Joe's favorite fruit?
Oh, interesting.
Ooh, good.
Does Joe know his favorite fruit?
Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You're gonna let him know what his
Right,
favorite
That's
right.
part
fruit
of the
is.
beauty of
Right,
this.
right. You know what it is? It's probably like. It's like honeydew.
No,
Not a melon guy.
no, they're good. Come on, think about me.
Grapes?
No, definitely not. Those
Really?
grapes are actually overrated.
Oh.
This guy's hating a lot of
Oh,
fruits.
This is.
I don't hate
this
the
is-
fruits,
This
but
is pitchforks over under.
no,
my
I think
God.
grapes are
Underrated.
good,
Overrated.
but way overrated. They should be down here. And I do like honeydew. It is a good fruit, but I think it's.
I just feel like I
Not my
got.
favorite.
I have like a vision of you like hunched over
You
a
get-
bunch of honeydew, just like at a party, and like people are coming up. You're like, hey,
I mean,
come
it's
on,
pretty
let's
common.
Come here. Like I want to like talk to you. You're like,
I
"No,
see what you're doing right now.
What?
I see what you're
You-
doing,
what, you
and I
remember
don't
that?
like it.
You
no,
remember that?
there was never a moment of this, and I see what you're doing, and I don't like
no,
it.
I don't. I feel like I just remember that. And you were like,
Here's my answer, and it's gonna be exactly the kind of thing that Brendan will hate about
yeah.
me.
Oh, here we go.
Um,
Oh, it's,
Avocado, obviously.
Oh, I see.
No,
what-
man.
no, okay.
No.
Okay.
Obviously, avocado.
That
I see what he's.
sucks
No,
that you-
That's a great fruit.
And you should actually know my favorite. If you don't want to count avocado as a fruit because you like to go by the classic vibes, you should know that I love frozen berries, bro.
Oh.
Remember when he made you a bowl of
One time he made me, he put on for episode 1, season 1 of The Big Bang Theory, and made me eat frozen berries at his house. And I was like, this is the worst night of my life. I want to go home.
I got frozen blueberries in my freezer right
Oh,
now.
that's not. I do the combo pack that has
Yep.
like the blackberries, blueberries,
Yeah.
raspberries.
Yeah.
and
We're not all
strawberries.
rich, so just
Oh,
blueberries,
you get those
buddy.
pretty cheap. You can get them pretty cheap.
Oh, God.
You know,
You
yeah.
get them on a deal.
Imagine
was a
being
good time.
Forced to watch The Big Bang Theory.
Episode 1.
eat
I've done that to
frozen
people
berries.
before too. I'm like, you
Put
want
a
a
big-
snack, and just like whip out.
Oh,
Like
no, we
there
used
was
to
a point.
Yeah.
Remember,
berries.
we would do like frozen berries. I'd pour like orange juice in it too. It's just a lot of sugar, but it's
Hey,
kind
have
of
you
like
ever tried that? It's really
Wait,
good.
you do what?
like orange juice in your frozen fruit,
Whoa,
It, like,
that's
softens
wild.
it a little
Sick,
bit.
yeah.
It's awesome.
Yikes.
or like
Yeah.
oat milk. You do like oat milk with the frozen
What?
berries in it.
Oh, okay.
He gets creative.
Wait, I'm back in. It's like kind of like.
But now I just raw dog it.
Have you
like,
thought
just-
about moonlighting as like a food influencer? Like you're just like whipping stuff up.
What about
Yeah,
gaslighting as one and just lying
I've been
about
thinking
food?
about
Yeah,
gaslighting as
Yeah,
a
gaslighting
music
is what could be fun.
influencer.
Yeah.
This sucks.
Well,
Do you hear this record? It's horrible.
I just before we
People
go
love
any
that.
further, I'm a little upset with Brendan.
Oh, over the
About the food
honeydew
thing?
thing?
I just think that you go to somebody's house
Oh,
and they are generous enough to give you a sweet treat
No, you
and
made me
put
eat it.
on a nice little television
No, I
show
didn't want-
that's designed to make you laugh.
No.
And they give you a nice
Designed
little
and allowed.
couch
Designed
that
is the big word
reclines.
there for that show.
design-
That
yeah.
sucks, man. I
Well-
didn't want either of that.
And you go, he forced me to eat this and watch this.
You kept saying eat.
You like that voice I did for
No,
you?
and I don't sound like that.
He forced me to eat this.
I think
Why is
real
it like that?
friends are the ones that force you to watch something.
True.
because like that's like those are the real ones in
But
my
now,
life.
now I have to ask. Then this is a judgment-free zone. In the year of our Lord, 2024,
Say it,
Big
say it.
Bang Theory, funny or not?
I don't know. I don't think I've watched more than.
Oh, okay.
First 5
okay. Oh,
minutes
then
of
that's
that
my
episode.
answer. That's my answer.
He just made me watch
Right.
it.
So he did make you watch it.
Live for the bit, die by the bit, dude.
No, it's not good or funny.
It's not.
No.
We wear glasses.
Very
Would we
suck.
like it?
Yeah. Oh,
You
my
like it?
God.
No, I'm saying would we? Like we
No.
wear glasses.
I don't know.
That's the one.
I've
qualifier.
definitely seen probably like episodes of it before, but like a while ago.
And it was bad back then.
Yeah,
Probably.
it was-
Yeah. I was on a flight recently where they only had direct TV.
Oh,
And
I've been on one of those.
I had
Weird.
What do you
I
think
had
is that?
like a nightmare trip. It's like TV channels, like
Oh.
1,000
It's really
TV
weird.
channels and like commercials and stuff, and like
Up there they have that.
Young Sheldon.
movies with
Well, think about it, it's a
commercials.
satellite. So when you're in
So
the
they have it
plane,
even- they have it even
it just
better.
it's better quality.
It's
Yeah.
even better. It's faster. closer.
Yeah, I had like a
But
night.
worse
Like
content.
I was like
Yeah.
living through a nightmare. I'm like, how do we do this as a society?
It's torture.
That was the
Do
No,
what?
you're,
worst.
How do we
you're
do
a
what?
captive audience.
Like watch TV. You grew up watching TV like
Like
that, right?
on cable, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a beauty to jumping into a show halfway through and just kind of sitting there with it.
Law and Order.
Sure, that's
Law
a
and
great
Order was
example.
always good,
Great
yeah.
example.
They
But
got 'em.
like we talk about how like on tour, some of the best times are like you get in a hotel, everyone jumps in the bed, and you just put on like King of Queens or like
Yeah.
whatever
Oh,
HBO
nice.
movies on,
Yeah.
That's
or
really
whatever
nice.
Comedy Central movies on Sunday. Like
You're so right.
there's something so. But and maybe that's fully nostalgia from
Oh,
like
yeah,
coming home from
it-
school
it's all
nostalgia.
nostalgia.
and seeing Everybody Loves Raymond on TV.
Well, we
or
should have
something.
been like buying houses at that time instead of watching
Save
Nick
up.
at Night,
Yeah, save
man.
up.
You
Yeah.
should
But
have
do
like
you mean when we were kids, or do you
Kids.
mean when we were on tour? We should have probably been
no
buying
2008.
houses?
No,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
doesn't.
we should have capitalized
Yeah,
on
you
that.
should have
Yeah.
saw that bubble burst.
I felt it, but I didn't really have enough
Yeah.
time to react. You know,
He had his finger
when
on
I was
the
a kid.
pulse.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I felt it. I could feel shit like that.
So I guess there are some things about Brandon I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was involved.
But
Yeah.
this is a learning experience. This is a learning circle,
Yeah.
like I said earlier.
You know what would be a good segment on this show? It's probably too late for us, but we'll give it to you for the future. You know that classic dating game show where it'd be like you said, like what do you know about each other?
Yeah.
Like what is
Newlyweds.
his favorite fruit, and then we have to both
Contestant number
write
one.
down.
Oh, yeah.
And then we both show it to the camera.
Right.
And it's ass.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
that's like oh my god. In Parks and Rec when they do that with Andy and whatever April and
Yes.
it's just like Neutral Milk Hotel. and
Yeah,
he's like
oh,
he's
yeah.
real upset because it's not his band. And I was like, oh, Neutral Milk Hotel.
That's a
cool.
classic. Yeah, I do remember that.
So what do you think Brennan's favorite fruit is?
Here we go. Now we're getting into it.
I feel like because of what happened earlier, this might be a shot at him.
Pineapple.
Okay.
I don't know.
I just see you sloshing down a pineapple.
Yeah, like biting the skin, like with the skin on, like
No.
chomping.
No, I'd cut it off for him.
Yeah, pineapple's pretty good. Yeah.
It's like
pretty good.
Pineapple's delicious, and I think that it's
I could
probably
eat,
in
I could eat
everyone's.
a lot. You know what? I could eat a lot of pineapple.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You might be right.
Look at that, guys.
told
You heard
him.
it here first.
We're solving friendships here.
Fruits, though, you know what I mean? Like, who's eating fruits?
So I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a big.
fruit
I'm more
rules.
of a vegetable
guess.
meat.
Oh, I
and-
love vegetables.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
I
eat
can't
as
be
many
trusted
fruit.
with a veggie platter. You
Oh,
put one
yeah.
on
Oh,
and
that's-
housing the
that's-
whole
Dude, you
true.
got me back in the raw broccoli. I
Yeah.
did it as a kid, and then
Rocks.
like everybody was like, "Don't do that." And then you were munching raw broccoli when we lived together. I was like,
Shit.
And
a
it's
lot
fun
of
to
things.
pretend like you're giant eating trees, obviously.
Exactly, yeah.
obviously.
"Oh my god, yes."
A dinosaur or something.
Yeah, or like
Just a giant.
just a really big guy. Or girl, whatever.
Yeah.
They
For
are
a
little
while-
trees. Like, what a concept.
I know. And they're like, they're like fractal, you know? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Whoa.
like, you probably don't, it's like a math thing, but it's like,
As you zoom.
yeah, you like, it,
I probably don't what.
no, I mean, I don't know. It's like,
No, he wears
math.
blue light glasses.
yeah, that's
That
true.
aren't
doesn't.
blue light.
He doesn't.
Hold on.
No, he
I'm a
does.
bad
He does.
listener.
That's the only
Ridiculous.
thing he wears.
This is getting
he loves
ridiculous.
blue light glasses. He's obsessed with it. He can't get enough.
He pulls out a sheet about fractals. He's like, I know.
Let me pull out the broccoli in my bag.
Whoa.
I really thought you had broccoli. Oh, wow. Blue light beware.
Oh, they're
Here
not,
we
that-
go.
Those are nice.
Thank
The
you so
tortoise
much.
shell yeah, it's good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you as well.
Shout out. Shout out to glasses. Shout out to your optometrist and your orthopedic
Taking care of me.
person.
It's great what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else is fractal? Like a snail shell?
Yeah.
Is that? It's got the golden
Oh,
ratio. I don't
yeah.
know if it's fractal.
Tool,
though.
the band.
Tool the band.
They're fractal.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the
No.
what are the top like bands you guys disagree on or like artists?
Ooh.
Disagree
Tool.
on is interesting.
Well, because you are
Tool, you said you like them.
I
do
I,
like
I
them.
get into Tool a little bit.
I can't
yeah.
more
get
in the
into
sense
Tool
of
at all.
you're
Pot?
working on songs together for like a decade.
That's a good
now.
question.
Over a
Okay.
decade.
That's a good question. Let's think about it. For real.
Um.
Bands that we disagree on. Oh, I got one. Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not for me.
He'll be like that desert shit. I don't like that.
I never said I don't like desert shit. I love desert shit.
Dude, that's crazy.
I love desert shit. I
You're
don't.
lying like crazy.
You like
right
Caius and you don't like Queens of the
now.
Stone
You have
Age.
said that.
I love
so
Tortoise.
many-
Rocks.
So many times.
I love tortoise.
You
the
like
tortoise
corrosions
necklaces
of
and stuff
conformity
from-
and you don't.
Yeah, desert like
Rocks.
I don't
fashion.
like their style of music.
I get. I'm gonna be honest. I'm the same way. But I'll watch a 45-minute video on how Josh Homme got that.
well.
well,
why- how could
that's
you not?
understandable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course, of course.
You know what it is, right?
Um,
It's that little PV amp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the end.
And he dropped
was all
tunes,
Eric-
right? He's always like drop A
yeah,
and stuff.
drop.
Yeah.
So shout out to
that was
Drop.
all Eric Valentine too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Some of it,
That's
yeah.
a legend right there.
Shout out to him.
Eric
shout out to
Valentine.
Dave Grohl
Shout out to
playing
Evie.
drums. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
pretty cool.
Those drums sound so crazy. They're so like dry.
I think we were talking about it the other day. I think Dave Grohl's my like. You could put him in any. If there's one drummer who you'd love to see play in like any type of project,
Right.
I
can
would.
do
I
it.
would have Dave Grohl do it.
In any kind of, I've actually never thought of it that way. That's
Like
an
watch
interesting
him
question.
play in like a jazz band.
You see what he does? Yeah. Ooh, jazz Grohl.
Jazz
I would love
Grohl.
to say see Trey Cool in a jazz band. That was my first thought.
That'd be
honestly,
sick
that.
too. Yeah.
Actually, I think that would legitimately work.
One
You
time-
think it would?
Yeah, I think
Trey
we
Cool's
could
a
do it.
showman.
One time we went to see Green Day and Joe cried during American Idiot.
Yeah, the song American Idiot. Yeah.
That's rock.
Yeah, I totally lost it.
Do you want?
Yeah.
Do you want to feel better?
Why?
If you need, in case you,
I don't feel bad
Oh,
about
it's a
that.
crying. Oh, okay,
It
never
was-
mind then.
But you can. But please, if you have a
I want
crying,
to hear this.
I went to go see the Wonder
Oh,
Years
yeah.
the other night. Just like it was sold out. They played summer stage, but we got a spot at Watermark. Into like their second song, they get to the bridge, and I'm singing along, and just I can't sing because tears are just running down my face.
it's beautiful.
The entire rest of the set. I don't know
It's
what. I don't
beautiful.
know who hurt me, but
No, dude, crying during a show is
during
actually
a pop
so
punk
cathartic.
band.
No, dude, I am not embarrassed to admit I hadn't seen the front bottoms in like a long time.
Oh,
And when
that's
I went
right,
last
yeah.
year, like 3/4 of the set, I'm just sobbing.
Well, you know what's beautiful about their shows is like, it's rare you see a band where the crowd is singing so loud every word, and there is such a communal feeling with a band like that
Yeah.
where it's like, this is different, and so it is a more all around
is.
feeling of like, whoa, like we all felt this and feel this,
Exactly.
you know.
Especially like TFB, it's like they made it out of the hood.
Yeah,
You know,
and also like
it's good to see a Jersey band.
I think their songs specifically, I'm like, oh, there's a time and place. Like whenever they play a Back on Top song, I'm like, oh, this is when I lived with Guy, and like, you know, it was
Wow.
like, I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I was there.
Totally.
Yeah, I saw them at like played like 20 people outside of like a cafe once,
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and then like 2-3 years later, maybe even a little bit longer, like just seeing them go from that to
Where they're at now.
where they're at now, it's
Crazy.
so cool.
Shout out to them.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
homies.
You could probably put like their name right here.
Yeah.
Can you also do a shout out counter? You could just leave it.
Yeah,
somewhere?
for every
Just
shout
every
out.
time we
One
shout
thing-
out.
The absolute no shade at all, because I love him dearly. The amount of people I think Joey shouted out
Oh yeah.
when we had him on.
He's a shout out.
if we're going toe to toe, I think Bobby shouted out more.
Bobby did,
So
I don't think
shouted out
Bobby-
more.
I don't
On
think
shout-outs?
Bobby
Yeah.
You guys
like
could
mentioned somebody without shouting them out. All love.
All love. No,
Shout
it's a
out.
good thing. They're like people are trying to get appreciation, but like it's funny.
You're
when
saying
it's
these
like,
people shouted out more people than me on the podcast?
Like
yeah,
unintentionally.
You might have to get those numbers up.
Yeah,
I feel
I'm
like
pissed
I've
now.
been, I feel like
Yeah.
I've been going crazy. with
Yeah, I'm
shout-outs.
pissed. We've been shouting people out
I've been
this
going
whole time.
crazy.
Yeah.
It almost feels like they're not respecting the amount of shout
No,
outs
I
we've
do
said.
respect it. I
Well,
It's
do.
a very
let's-
disrespectful podcast.
Let's get the scoreboard up. Let's see the counter, and then we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll see the
okay?
counter on ours. If you can retroactively add that to the other
Yeah.
podcast.
Well, so Queens of the Stone Age.
oh yeah,
That's a
Forgot
band.
that's what
You
we're
guys
talking
butt heads
about.
up. Let's try to get two more,
Okay.
I like
Two
that.
more.
What's
So
one that
I
I
will say
like
this.
and then you could ask Nick and I.
I don't think we have. There's
There's a
not as
few.
much of like a. This like, are you asking more of like, for influencing what we're
Yeah,
making?
creatively.
Because there are a lot of bands where like I might be more down to get on the nose with like a '80s style band, and
Right.
you'd prefer that influence to be less on the nose.
That's
And there's
good.
or like Phoebe Bridgers style sound, like you may want a song to sound more like that, and I might want it to pull back where it's like. But we usually like agree on Phoebe Bridgers rocks, 80s music
Oh,
rocks.
right,
Seriously,
right,
you know,
right.
like
That's a good point.
it's more of a. This might stray too far from what I see the band identity is hitting.
Yeah.
We've always been pretty like we.
You're
our
very
Venn
music
diagram has
positive.
quite
Yeah.
a quite a
Music.
big middle.
Yeah.
What's that?
I've seen him do karaoke with some range.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't even know these pop artists, and he knows every
That
word.
range, man.
You're good with lyrics.
Crazy.
You're very good with lyrics.
What do you mean by that?
You know, like when we were doing karaoke, you knew so many lyrics. I couldn't even
They're on
do
the
like
screen, my brother.
I couldn't even do sabotage. No, but like
Well,
they're-
Sabotage we
sometimes
covered.
they come too fast.
yeah,
like,
that's true.
We covered
I'm
Sabotage.
actually really bad with lyrics and memory in
too.
general, so I appreciate you. for
Brendan
saying
is bad with memory.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
I'm
that.
with
That's why
you
I
on
lie
that.
so much because I don't remember, so I'll just lie.
I'll
it's
be
not
like-
really a lie if you don't.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I'm
That's
kind of
true.
spitballing here.
I'll be
Yeah.
like, remember that time we were on tour in 2017, and that woman named Jenna from San Antonio like told us this thing, and he'd be like, dude, no. I made that up, but if there's
Yeah,
anyone
that's
named if there's anyone named Jenna
Shout
in
out
San
to
Antonio,
Jenna.
shout out to
San
Jenna.
Antonio.
We can write Jenna.
We're sending you
Shout
some
out.
swag right
Yeah.
now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Send
Uh,
me
Put
your
your
address.
put your address in the comments. We'll send
We'll
you guys
send
stuff.
Yeah, well,
Shout out.
DM it to them. We don't want your address out there in the world. That would
Right.
be a silly
No, put it in the
mistake.
comments.
Shout
I
out
won't
to
honor it if it's a
Don't
DM.
put it in the
Okay.
comments.
Public comments.
I don't appreciate this.
Jen, do whatever you want. How about
Yeah,
that?
I
Jenna.
guess you could.
Whatever.
If
She
she's-
prefers Jenna.
Okay.
Oh.
Shout out San Antonio. Remember, shout out the Riverwalk. Remember, I lost
The
my keys.
Riverwalk.
I lost my keys
You've lost your keys multiple
in
places.
the river.
That's a
in
nightmare.
the river.
In the river?
I don't know actually. I was blackout drunk. So that's what that is.
Wow. Interesting
Yeah.
place, San Antonio, for sure.
Yeah, cool place. I think.
That was where we used to get pretty violent with each other on stage for fun.
Yeah, that's
And
part of the bit.
I smashed into him, and he goes, and he just smashes me back. And there's a video footage of it, and he throws me right into the drums. I fall completely
Yeah.
over. It's the best example of like,
All right, that I'll
Fuck
put.
around and find out.
I'll put up.
yeah,
That I'll
put
put.
it
We'll
right
send
in
it to
between
you.
us, maybe.
Yeah.
like small.
Yeah.
Let's
But I can't even make
let's
out.
react to it. Right. Here's the part where all right, you nudge me. Oh shit. And then, bam, right into
Oh,
the drums.
so
Yeah, that was
embarrassing.
great.
Like
that was
everyone
in San
saw.
Antonio.
Yeah, it was San Antonio.
Wow.
He's got a
shout
good
out.
memory.
Did that
For
mess
certain
up,
things.
like Jesse's thing?
Yeah,
That was
Jesse.
he had a
He was-
GoPro.
Oh, he had a GoPro over his drums, and
Made for
Jesse's
great
whole
footage.
vibe was always like, yeah, jump all over my drums, like
Sick.
crash the drums over, like let's go. Like he was, and then I would watch back videos. I watched some videos back recently, and I'm like, I knocked down half his kit, like
That's
every
One
show,
time
so.
in
Oh,
where's Prince from?
Oh, I don't-
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. This
Am I
was-
right?
Yeah.
One time in Minneapolis, the hi-hat stand fell over and severed his guitar cord
In
the-
half.
in like the
In
middle of the last song.
Titus, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
And it just cut out, and he was like
A
so confused.
classic.
And he's trying to like follow the chord, and it just is
I
gone.
thought Brendan like unplugged it, or
Yeah.
like we got confused, and then yeah, we realized
Hi-hat
severed in half.
severed it.
Damn.
Which,
That's
by the
tight.
way, doesn't work for Guitar Center's warranty.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, you can't break it in half, which I think is like, come on, guys.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
You know,
come on.
I'm
They're usually
sad,
pretty
but
good.
also happy to know that because a couple years ago, like almost a decade ago, I bought a guitar from Guitar Center. Got the thing, and at the time, I played guitar in my hardcore band, and like
Nice.
it had to be like I was planning like 2 months before the warranty like was up. I was like, I'm gonna destroy this thing like on stage.
Nice.
I never did, and I like regretted it for years. But now I know if I smashed it in half, they probably wouldn't have done anything for me.
It depends what it is. I'm sure if like the cable part was like bent sideways or like bent, they probably would have done it.
Okay.
But it was like,
but if it was annihilated, it would have been a no-go.
I mean, this was a while ago, but yes.
I just got a
Listen.
free shaker from Guitar Center the other day, so shout out to them.
Oh wow.
Oh,
go.
Shout out.
Yeah, it didn't have like a sticker on it, and they were like, whatever.
They
Nice.
take it.
So shout out for
Nice.
that.
It's $1.25.
Yeah.
Like it's yours.
Yeah.
Like an egg shaker. Like the.
It's like yeah, pretty much.
I like those things.
Let's
Yeah.
also we got to get the counter up. Let's also shout out the employee
Who
You
did
know
it?
his name?
who did it for you.
Yeah.
No, but just
There's probably like
Oh, yeah.
John or something.
Jeremy.
Let's go, John.
Yeah. So shout out
John
to John.
works, yeah.
John Guitar Center.
There's probably thousands of Johns that work at Guitar
Right.
Center.
That's
Wow,
why.
there are probably thousands of Johns that work at Guitar Center.
Yeah, totally.
One time we put someone from Guitar Center on a guest list for a show, and he didn't come.
Really?
Oh.
Yep,
You don't know that.
Boston.
You don't know that?
No, they
I do
tell
know
you.
that.
They
Could have been
tell you,
there.
right?
I do know that. I'm
Well-
not mad.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's fine.
shout out to that guy.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Probably busy
it up.
that night.
He must have been pretty cool that you put him on the guest
Yeah,
list.
why
though.
did you do that?
We were talking for a while while we were looking at gear. You were there, I thought, and we were like looking at gear. We looked at the J Mascis guitar.
Yo, I'm gonna buy that.
The
I'm
Squire.
gonna buy
The
it.
Squire.
You guys care?
It's so nice.
Jay Mascis
Yeah.
guitar?
Yeah, that thing's awesome.
It's just so good.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Great price point for a great instrument.
It's
Yeah.
a great instrument. I'm left-handed, so I don't get to experience that.
Whoa.
Yeah, way to bring it up.
Yeah, I had to. Because
What do
I've
you
always wanted the J Mascis. I'm like, oh, it's cheap and it's sick.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never
So
even thought of that.
okay,
Yeah.
question for
They
you.
just don't make custom guitars in lefty.
No.
I'm actually wanted to talk.
Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Actually finish up.
No, I was done.
You good?
I'm done.
All right, cool. Didn't want to interrupt like that.
Go ahead.
Felt like it might have
No,
been
no,
rude.
go ahead.
So you're cool?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So as a lefty, like when you started playing guitar, did you go out and look for a left-handed guitar? Because in my head it would be like
What
it's
kind
such
of,
a
that's what you wanted to. That's the
well,
stupidest.
you didn't
fucking
let me
question
finish the
I've ever fucking heard.
context.
It's good. No,
you didn't let me finish the
'cause
context
I have an answer
because
prepared.
it's not like you're like. If I was taught that this is the way I play guitar, this is lefty,
Yeah.
for the record.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I would just play the guitar that way.
Right.
If I was taught this way, I'd play this way. So I'm just curious how that starts.
So
question, I take it
it was
back.
my parents. Yeah, so they knew I was left-handed. They don't know the difference. They're like, oh, well, see, he's left-handed. Let's seek out a left-handed guitar. They
Cool.
not knowing they could have gotten me a right-handed guitar and it would have been all the same.
Hmm.
But they got me a lefty, and that's how I learned. And now my options are limited forever.
I will say that I do think that's the kind of thing that I think is sick as hell though. Like
I
that's
appreciate
part of the
that.
vibe. Well, like he's a left-handed guitarist. He
Right.
just plays left-handed guitars. Like that's kind of sick. The limitations, some limitations are great, especially creatively.
It's forced me to like seek out kind of like cool alternatives that like, oh, the two of my guitars are like, they're not it's not a Fender, it's not a Gibson. It's like I have like one's a Carvin, but like, I had to seek it out because
Yeah,
what are my options without spending like $1,000 on a good guitar.
that's awesome.
So
Very cool.
Cool.
thanks
You
for
know,
asking.
I shoot pool lefty.
Do you?
Yeah,
Are you
for
left-handed
everyone
in
else.
any other regard?
Nope, just pool.
Wow.
That's a great example. He was probably taught the wrong way.
Whatever.
It's not the wrong way, the
There's
opposite
no-
way.
yeah.
There's
It's
no
the left
wrong
way.
My people take offense to that. There's dozens of us.
Is that in Arrested Development?
I actually
Yeah.
don't. It might be. I've actually never watched Arrested Development.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
How'd
I
you
love
miss
that show.
I don't know, dude.
It's the best.
What?
I know.
So, Guy, we're playing a show with you soon, huh?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
It's gonna be.
You
that's
guess
gonna
so?
be a
Yeah,
banger.
I guess it. I don't know. I play a lot of shows, so I gotta check the
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
big
Yeah, I
It's
actually
gonna be
got-
a summer
Big
fun.
time,
Yeah.
dude.
I actually gotta text my
Wow.
agent.
I
like,
love
see-
getting big time.
See if I'll be
Yeah.
in the state for that one.
That's sick. That's sick.
Cool, man.
That
Yeah,
show's-
Corey Feldman's playing with
Oh
me.
my-
Yeah,
Brendan
guys
just saw Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman's playing
Really?
drums.
Why do you say like you weren't there?
I didn't see Corey Feldman, remember?
Oh, you were late.
He-
Wait, what
this
happened?
was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he's.
What happened?
Was that the show?
I
he played
showed
the
up
gu-
after. We went to go see Limp Bizkit. Corey
was I
Feldman
with?
opened.
Yeah.
Alone?
Joe,
Joe,
your
I was
roommate
with
Joe.
Joe. Okay.
Different Joe.
remember
Different Joe.
Oh,
Shout out Joe.
Shout out Joe.
Shout out Joe.
Shout out Joe.
Tick.
Yeah.
Any hoot?
Did he play that cool like solo? Have you seen the
Yeah, it
trend?
was awesome.
Yeah. That
It
video
was
rocks.
sick,
yeah.
dude. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have been there.
But I wasn't.
3 outfit changes.
Wow.
From
Opening
what I can
set.
remember.
For like an opener set.
He's an
The
eccentric
number
guy.
one opener out of like 4 or 5 artists.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing cooler than that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a rock star move.
Oh yeah.
Anyone who does an outfit change, I'm in. Like, I'm sold. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm kind of bummed Fred didn't ask y'all to open.
Yeah.
Like local open the PNC show.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like we really would have torn it up that day.
No. Oh my God.
can you sell?
Yeah.
The way we would have fucking torn it up, man.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You have to go on the same time as Corey Feldman, like half the stage.
Dude, they were-
You know what actually would have been sick if we did that in the parking lot at the same time
Yeah.
as Corey
Yeah.
Feldman, and then because then there'd be still tailgaters who are like, we're only going in for Limp.
So they would have caught you. Yeah.
riding
they would've
riding in
been
bands
like-
with vans.
Who was that
Yeah,
band
bands
in the
of it.
parking lot? Yeah.
That would be cool.
Have you guys ever seen that?
No.
Riding in bands with vans.
Riding in vans with boys?
With boys, that's what it
The
is.
Blink-
So
or the
good.
Blink-
I
Wait, no,
watched
no.
that recently. I told you.
My chem?
No, Blink,
was
Green
Blink.
Day, and Cut You Up.
Yeah, that
Cut
was
You Up, that's the
amazing.
band.
Cut
Yeah.
You Up.
It's this
Exactly.
band that just like this no-name California punk band
Wow.
that I think they knew Blink. From
Yeah, they
like,
were
early
like
days.
boys. With
Yeah.
them.
And they were like total like wacky
Oh.
dudes.
Oh,
And-
cool.
No, they were cool, and they
Their music also was like not the right opener for.
were like
Blink
so sloppy.
more like
Cali punk.
psychedelic, but also like
Yeah.
not tight.
Yeah, and they played in the parking lot of all the Blink Green Day shows.
Yeah.
Or did they
That's-
play on the stage sometimes?
No, parking lot.
Parking lot,
But
yeah.
they got like obliterated every day, and they
Yeah.
were like a huge liability.
That's
and
the
it's
key
a,
to
it's a
longevity,
rough
yeah.
documentary,
It's
but also
so
it's like
good.
they're like punishing like all the Green Day members and
Yeah, yeah,
stuff, and like forcing them to do like drink with them and shit. It's just
Yeah.
like
It's kind of the best thing ever.
Yeah.
it's a crazy time capsule.
Yeah.
Like it's
I'm gonna have to check this out.
You
it's
have to,
kind of
yeah.
sick.
It's on
It's definitely on
YouTube. It's
YouTube.
so
Yeah.
good. It's so good. I love that shit. I love that shit. I love that shit.
You like that shit?
Okay, man.
Sorry.
Is there
sorry.
stuff
Fine.
like is there a
Shout
time
out.
capsule like that with ModChem? Is there an
Ooh.
archive?
Yeah, kind of, maybe.
Kinda.
we
Well, one of the you guys recording in New Brunswick, in like somebody's basement. I think I found that video one night.
What would that have been?
I don't know.
Oh man, I don't know if the ones from our first EP are probably not on line anymore.
I think you have the Never Scared like. BTS
Oh, maybe
But
we
or
have
that
some
came
something.
stuff
out
with
right after.
yeah. that was between. I mean, that was on the second EP, but we put it out before that EP.
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
I have the first one on my phone. I
Do you
bought it on
really?
Bandcamp.
Wow.
Like,
Oh, man.
In 2014.
That's so sick.
Like yeah.
Cool.
I was listening to it on the way here. I was like,
Really?
dude, wow, yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of videos from over the years. I feel like Jesse was really good at capturing a lot of stuff for
Yeah.
us. And we
There was
have
a-
so many funny videos, but we have like I think between our hard drives, we've talked about this multiple times, like we could definitely do a cool retrospective of like each era of
Yeah.
album and stuff, and I really want to do that. If anything, just for us to have like
Sure.
there's always times where it would be cool to like put something like that out, but like if anything, I just would love to have that all in a finished product for myself
Yeah.
as like the ultimate scrapbook. Maybe have little sit downs with anyone who was involved with us.
Right, yeah.
I just think that would be really cool because we definitely have a lot of random stuff floating around.
We have the music video for our song Carolina is kind of like has like BTS stuff.
Yeah.
which I
Oh,
like.
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
we
was
do.
Jesse took a lot of that with his nice camera when we were in the studio with Adam from Taking Back Sunday.
It
He
was mostly
producing
from
Oh,
that.
that's
yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a little bit of live stuff. It's cool.
Yeah,
I feel like during
yeah,
COVID there was like a huge YouTube uptick of like Damien writing like early Gorillas stuff on like a 8-track, and then there's a lot of like
Melbourne,
yeah. There's a lot
or
of
like that. The main sample for Clint Eastwood is literally
Yeah.
just like the patch on the
I
off the
just-
chord.
that was with what's his name?
Zane Lowe.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
Zane Lowe. And you're
That's
like,
crazy.
what?
Yeah.
Like it's just on the was it an omnichord?
I think it's an omnichord.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
like one
like-
of those harpsichord
what's
type.
the other
things.
Yeah.
MGMT like
Oh, yeah,
in the
all the
studio
stuff.
tracking
Oh,
Time
those-
to Pretend or whatever.
Those
Like
videos are so fucking
those
cool.
always just like came up on my feed. I'll just you talking like a real YouTube rabbit hole. I'll just like
yeah.
totally submerge
down
in.
for
I love
hours.
that.
Yeah, especially the low quality ones.
Mm.
Because then I'll start watching the like all the Zane Lowe stuff. It's so hi-fi. I always get tuned out of. I'm just like I need to see like
Interesting.
the band in the studio and like the worst handheld
Yeah.
ever, and
Yeah,
like
180.
you're watching like somebody like joke about a fridge on their bus for like 2 minutes, and then it's like somebody tracking guitar.
Yeah.
Like
There's something
my favorite.
beautiful about the. Well, that's kind of you could talk about that with pretty much everything now. Like everything has to be packaged in certain ways, and it's like
Sure.
sometimes it's really nice to just see. Like I watched a video of speaking of MGMT, they were doing a cover a Talking Heads song. This must be the place.
I knew it was
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
were
Actually
like
the place.
they were like in front of I think like a college building. Like they just had like a synth playing like the drums and synth and then like 2 guitars, and it was awesome.
That
and
rocks.
good.
stuff like that is so cool like to have. And yeah, not everything has to be.
Well, you guys have your own
No, it
studio. You could do a like fake rock documentary, like for your
Wow.
band. I
Why-
feel like that'd be sick.
Um,
Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Why would it be
Whoa.
fake?
Oh,
No, do like a funny one.
you could do both. Do like a silly one and like a real one.
Are they calling us a fake
I
band?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go?
I don't know.
Just drop the
I'm
mic.
not sure.
Like
That's
do like
cool.
some kind of monster.
You got to pee?
Yo.
Okay, so that's
We're
my
big fans of
favorite.
that. We're big fans of
Every
some
couple
kind.
years, one of us watches and goes, "Yo, you
So
gotta
good.
watch this
Can we,
again."
can we do some kind of monster screening? I've never
Yeah.
watched it with people. I've only
Oh.
sat through it by myself as a fan, as like a kid who's a fan, just like.
During the time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my
that
god.
must have been so weird.
Yeah,
when
'cause
you were
there's a-
younger.
do you remember Palladia or Palladia?
Yes.
Whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, it was on
Yes.
Palladia. It was like one of the three
Yes,
things. I'm
you're
like,
right.
oh no,
Yeah.
they're all fighting.
Do you know what's funny?
I think that's the
therapy.
coolest thing they ever did was
Yeah.
go, we're going to really show everybody, like, what we're feeling. Like, it's
Yeah.
so many people would be way too embarrassed to put something like that out, and I just think that's the coolest shit you could ever do.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it, but I think
They
it's
are the best
coolest-
It was
band.
sick. I think it speaks to my sensibility because I remember being a kid and watching that, and they're fighting, and these songs are really angry, and I'm just like, this fucking rocks. Like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
the
was
best
so
is the
depressed.
therapist starts passing lyrics to them. It's oh, that was
would
my
be
favorite.
So crazy. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're fired.
You're done.
Obviously.
Get out.
So funny.
Get out.
But shout out to that therapist. If we ever need
Shout
you,
out
please
to
don't
thera-
watch this.
shout out
It
to
was just,
therapy.
we're just talking.
Big fans of therapy and that guy.
That guy
And
rocks.
Lars's dad.
Oh, Lars's dad is the coolest guy ever. Do you
He's-
remember him?
Isn't he
Yeah.
He's a poet.
he's a poet?
Yeah,
I don't know
he
why I thought he
rolled
was like a
in.
He's
tennis
this
star.
old like Danish wizard.
And
he's,
they have him like
sitting-
listen to this intro, and it's a
Yeah.
cool intro because it's like this
Yeah.
weird like reverse vocals and stuff.
He's like, delete it.
He's
He's like, if
basically
I
like,
was you, I would
it would
delete
make
it.
more sense to get rid of this, to get rid of this track.
And Lars like, okay.
Like so sad.
It's so funny. Yeah.
He also had a lot. Lars had a lot of cool art that he was selling in that.
Lars is an artist. Lars is so cool. Shout out
We are
Lars.
huge
already.
Lars fans. We think
Huge
that
Lars
everyone,
fans.
Oh, for real.
for real,
For real.
Lars rocks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
he definitely is not the best drummer, but I love his style and I love how he's always like.
Well, you hear
trying to
that
do
argument with
something.
like Ringo Starr a lot, right? Like there's
Yeah.
people that like make fun of it, and other people are like, no, you don't get how important this style is.
Yeah.
And there's something to me that's so cool about like Lars' style and like in the biggest metal hard rock band of all time.
Sure.
And
It
he,
is
It would
not
sound
your-
weird without him.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the
It would
fact that
sound
he's, like,
weird.
drastically changing the drum sound every record.
Yeah.
Is so
Yeah, I don't
cool.
always agree with the vibe,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
like I always like someone who's just like
Yeah.
and he he knows the Napster stuff. Like he's like I didn't
Yeah, yeah.
expect to be
Yeah.
Public Enemy #1.
That's what's cool about the
What do you guys all think about Napster, huh?
Sean Parker?
Sean Parker sucks,
who's
but
that?
that's
that the
the
Napster guy?
Oh yeah. Oh, have you ever watched The Social Network?
Justin Timberlake.
Years
Yeah.
ago.
Movie
He
night.
plays Sean Parker, but he makes him sound like seem like complete douchebag, which I don't know if he is or isn't. But
Yeah, I shouldn't ask the question because I obviously
Well,
don't know anything about
did
Napster.
Sean Parker get a DUI in Long Island?
This is gonna ruin the tour.
tour, the world tour. No, Napster's cool. That was my music. Like that started my music discovery.
I was
you
on
use Napster?
Kazaa or Kazaa.
Cause
Like-
Wouldn't it be one of those like not butterfly effect things, but like could you really can't hate on it because something else would have done what it did.
Right.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but that-
I
And
didn't
now
actually expect you guys to
Spotify
give me an
is
answer.
like
the thing.
knifing us way worse than Napster could have
yeah.
ever.
It's like maybe
Shout
we'll
out
just go back-
Spotify, put
Shout
us
out
on an
Spotify.
editorial playlist.
Let's go Spotify.
Shout out to that guy that thinks like making music costs no money.
Yeah, shout out to the guy who
Yes.
said we're free.
Shout out to you.
Oh,
Dude,
we
I
do
know
free?
Sean Parker's name. I don't even know Spotify clown's name.
Spotify.
Oh, don't call him a
Yeah.
clown because we are very excited to be on New Alt Radio or Control Alt
Have you-
Delete
I don't-
playlist.
I,
That
kn-
is a cool
I have a
one.
feeling you guys aren't on TikTok as much as I am, but do you ever see the radio promo things? Where it's like they
I'll
make
do
fun
that.
of like rock radio. They're like, "This ain't your dad's rock," and they do a whole spiel. It's just like waking up.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
dude. Wow. Shout out to Imagine Dragons.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah.
out to you. my
Yeah, we'll
friends.
open for you, no
I
problem.
actually, you know what? So
We'll sell some tickets.
to get real for a second,
Go ahead.
Imagine Dragons, the best podcast ever, the second best podcast.
Nice. Thank you for that.
Shout out.
Tape
You got to
Notes.
do that.
Y'all listen to
Oh,
Tape
yeah,
Notes?
I
yeah.
love tape.
Yeah.
Notes.
Tape Notes is
So
incredible, especially if you love the artist. But I like to listen to other artists too who I don't really know or
They
who
did one?
Or what's that?
Imagine Dragons.
So Imagine Dragons did one a few years ago, and You have to listen to it. It's
Are they
it's
English?
unbelievable. What?
Are they English or are they American?
No,
No,
they're from like
so American.
I think they might be Salt Lake City.
That's
okay,
right.
yeah.
Big families.
So
And
Salt Lake City.
So they
that
did
guy.
the album they were talking about was with Rick Rubin, but they were
Oh.
explaining that like their process is there's multiple guys in the band that write, and
Berkeley, right?
What's that?
Berkeley.
I think
No.
so. I don't know. I think they are
So-
Berkeley.
Wow.
But the thing that was unbelievable is like, so they were going into this album with Rick Rubin, and they had, I'm pretty sure the number was like over 300 or 400 songs.
No.
And like for real, like every day they like all separately or would write multiple songs every day, and like Rick Rubin's like, send me them all, and they're like, no, we're not sending you because we literally have hundreds. So they would like narrow it down to like 70 or 80 and sent it to him. But it was very interesting to hear them talk about stuff because they all very much have their own studio space and they are true, like they love writing songs. And I was
sick.
like,
that is really cool.
you can't hate on this.
No, you
It's
can't
so
hate that.
sick.
When you
And-
have that much money, it makes that
even
stuff a
that-
little
yeah,
easier.
I mean,
well,
it
sure,
does.
they don't have to go, work another job in between that, but
But still, like they have a
either
love
way,
for it. Yeah.
there are certain people who don't spend all their time like
Yeah.
going out doing all these fun things, and they are in the studio, and there's a nice balance to be had. But sometimes you hear people who are just that dedicated, and it's like, ah, shit, I could be doing this a little bit harder,
Yeah.
and like so I just. I took away a lot of great stuff from that. Whether or not
No, I think
we
that's-
like their music or not doesn't
Yeah.
really matter as much. But
Shut up.
they're grinding.
oh my goodness, I was shocked. I never heard anything like it.
It's
Like,
funny because I think it's really cool, but if it were me, I would absolutely have a panic attack over that. It's like, oh, there's 300 songs and I'm narrowing this down.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I don't
No.
know what they do.
Someone
So what
else
do they
do it.
drop the other 300 and then the next time they write another 300?
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, well, what about that one? Like, there was something from that I
Yeah.
liked, and I'm like digging for like.
I'm sure
I don't know.
what
I don't
I
know if
would
could do
do.
that.
Imagine Dragons hit me up. We'll flash. I guess like what can we?
Your
flash?
email, just put it right up.
Give him my Instagram handle, and you guys could DM that because
Yeah.
I don't really want everyone else to
Well-
get my phone number.
732.
Here's what I'm thinking: we start a production house, and you give me all the songs. I'll put them into different playlists, and I will start pitching them to different commercials and TV shows for you
Sync
and other
licensing, okay.
artists. Sync licensing, and I will sell it to other artists, and we'll both be making this work. So hit me up, Imagine Dragons again.
Sharethepudding.com.
Share the pudding.
I don't think that's our
Because
website.
they're British.
Soup is a drink.
They're not British. This does bring up a point.
Soup is a
that
drink.
I'm
Shout out
always
to that website.
like a super nerd about this stuff, but because we're talking about the process, writing a lot of songs, like,
Yeah.
what's like your guys' process when it like? Do you bring in?
Very
It's
different.
the opposite
Yeah.
of Imagine Dragons.
Not for me, for you.
Never. I only finish songs that I'm like excited about. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Like
Yep.
I can't do the whole like I'm gonna write a song today. You know, I just have never done
I'm
that.
the same way.
Yeah, well, we used to very much be that way with our band, where we would, especially when it was like back in, when we all like lived around the corner and practiced multiple times a week and went through songs. Like we would just kind of focus on 2 or 3 songs that we're writing, and just that's it. And you just keep working them out to
Yeah.
how we want them. I'm definitely not in Imagine Dragon territory, but I have tons of songs and clips of songs
Yeah.
that are entering the hundreds, multiple hundreds of numbers. Not all of them are full songs. There's
Right,
a lot
but
are just little
ideas.
clips. But that is a big goal for me now is starting to finish some of that, because I do get very panicked about like, well, I have all this stuff and I like a lot of it and it's never going to see the light of day.
Right. Exactly.
Which is the beauty of me having a solo project now, because some of it it's like, this can't be a Modern Chemistry song, but it's cool and I got to finish it. So like, we kind of strike a balance. It really just depends. But Brendan is definitely more of the all in on one song until it's all the way there.
Yeah,
and
I wish
do
it
like
wasn't, but
Can you make me a
It's not a bad
promise?
thing.
Can you not subdivide? Like, if you have a song that's like not a Modchem song, can you just keep them all under Pain and Company and not do a, hey guys, now it's Joe Zorzi. I have another
Okay,
Spotify
okay, I see what you're saying.
account.
I will say this.
well, you're not. He's not. He's doing that. So
There's another project.
oh,
Well-
there's many.
Here's the deal. I have Modern Chemistry.
Of course.
Shout out to these projects.
Shout out to Modern Chemistry. You see our logo
Yeah, right there,
between
yeah.
us.
It's been bouncing the whole time.
It's been bouncing the whole, like the screensaver one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's sometimes
No, no.
it's the
We
corner.
have to- yeah,
So-
Never hits the never
all
hits the
cheer when it
corner.
hits
Can you do it so it hits the corner?
No!
Guy!
No, it's been bouncing over the subtitles.
Over the yeah.
Oh man. What are we talking about?
There's
other
Modern
bands.
Chemistry. The painting company is like my main umbrella for all the different styles. I will probably put out stuff that's more ambient, stuff that's more poppy. I will probably have different projects within the painting company. I do also have another project I'm working on with another friend.
Shout out.
Can't disclose it, but shout out to
Disclose
that
it.
project. Not yet.
Can you say who it's with, or is that's a no?
No.
Say it.
No, I can't.
Say it.
There's a lot of plans in line, and I can't say it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's not like that. It's super exciting, and you guys are gonna lose your. Actually, it is. He's a very nice guy. We love.
Yeah.
We love
It's
my
Jacob
collaborator.
Elordi.
Who's that? Oh, the guy from the movies.
Yep.
Jacob Elordi.
Yep, it's Jacob
Yeah.
Elordi.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Saltburn. It's Saltburn 2 you guys are
Yep,
working
it's a couple
on.
of hot guys making
Salt-
music.
I'm working on Saltburn too. It's all music this time.
It's a musical.
Saltburn to the
Nope, there's no visual.
no video.
It's just the music.
but it's only in theaters.
But we do have a director. Yeah, we got a director locked
my
on.
God.
Spielberg is going to produce. Anyway, I have one other project, and then there is a more burial type, electronic EDM type thing that it is probably going to have its own name. And I apologize to you.
No,
Okay,
I
but it's not like Joe Zorzi, and
No,
you're
I don't
just
really
like,
that.
painting company-
riding trains.
Well, that actually is one of the songs on
It's
the.
about
I'm riding trains. Yeah.
I'm Riding Trains is one of my favorite
really good.
tracks I'm working
Thinking
on.
about things a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think we sent him that one. I don't know
Thinking
why he
about
knows it.
you
It's a good
little.
guess.
It was a great
Good
guess.
guess.
what's
Yeah.
gonna get me in trouble. I'm not gonna say, but I immediately had a name come to mind of someone I knew like from a long time ago. It's like complete 180 acoustic thing,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly who you're talking. Like,
I wanna
person
run
you're talking
away.
about.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't want to
Happens.
play your games.
Sometimes you want to just make some soft, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you
put
could
it
do that-
out under your name.
Yeah.
I don't personally ever plan on doing a project under my name because, like, I know for me, like, if I'm gonna buy a T-shirt, it's probably not gonna say like Brendan Hurricane on it.
Yeah.
I will.
I will
would.
buy
You.
Brendan the Navigator, but sometimes it's like I'm not gonna wear a John Mayer shirt. Like as much as I'm gonna wear like.
What does his merch look like?
What about Phoebe?
That's a
Bridgers,
great
though?
question.
We should
I assume
have
it's like
John Mayer
pink.
merch up here, yeah.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
80s throwback, but it's like not in a cool way.
No, honestly, when
But
I saw
wait, shout out to John Mayer
Shout out
because
to him.
some great songs on from
Great
that.
song.
Oh man, it's those first two albums
Yeah, yeah,
too.
yeah.
Wait.
There's some cool guitar going on.
I don't
there.
think I've ever listened to John Mayer before.
You know that
Who are you talking about?
Who's that?
he's in No Strings Attached.
He's in
Oh,
no
he is in No Strings
I don't remember if
Attached.
he was in that one or the other
I
one.
think it is, isn't
movie?
it? It's one of those movies.
Is he in No Strings Attached or is he with Friends with Benefits?
I think he's in Chappelle Show.
Oh, that's what it was.
No, I think I could have sworn he's in No Strings Attached with Adam Sandler. No, that's just go with it. That's just
When
I was
uh,
like, yeah, with Adam
Will
Sandler.
you make it up?
Yeah, I
That's
made
just-
that
Oh,
up.
okay.
when I saw Guns N' Roses a couple of years ago,
Whoa.
they had Lenny Kravitz open for him.
Lenny Kravitz rocks. First song
Lenny-
I ever learned on guitar, "Fly Away" by Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz does rule, but his merch was all pictures of him without a shirt on.
I would
Rock.
buy that. That's different.
That does rock.
I thought it was a little much.
and I do have a.
Angelo. I would do it though. Like
What's
What
that?
about Lana Del Rey?
Lana. I mean, yeah, Lana.
Oh, you know what?
you
Yes,
should have
yeah,
got. You
why?
got
Because I
Gypped
have
though.
a Cher shirt.
You should get a bigger
Share.
picture
I
of her.
wish it was bigger, but
Yeah.
I like the idea that's
Is
like
that
a
the
little
one
long.
with
So I
Yeah,
think
it's
I
got
think
boobs
I'm a
on it?
liar
Kinda,
because
yeah, a
I
little
would wear a
bit.
Lana shirt. I have a Cher shirt. I think maybe like if it's an iconic name though,
yeah,
like
it's
Cher.
different. Yeah.
like John Mayer. I think
guess
John
I
Mayer
guess
shirt's
I
a
can-
vibe.
I gotta think more on this, and I'm sorry to just come with a half thought to a podcast. What an
No,
insane thing for me to
isn't
do!
that- isn't that what it's supposed to
Absolutely
be?
no. This is terrible. Everyone's gonna judge me on this, and the podcast is gonna go nowhere.
So somebody we know,
I
I won't name drop them, but they were posting on their story the other day about they're just like kind of over fashion and they're like, what should I wear now? And I was just like, yo, classic rock tees.
Yes.
And he's like, lol, and I'm like, no, I'm serious. Like I think we should all be rocking like Steve Miller Band
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
What do you,
AC/DC.
you go to Kohl's,
Dude,
you get your nice.
Just lately I just go to Goodwill, buy a T-shirt in your size, and wear it. That's it. Whatever it is.
No, I mean that's
matter what.
obvious. That's obviously one phase of it, but I think like horseshoe, like start dressing like middle school again.
So here's my question.
Oh,
So
I
you're
see,
talking
I
about
see.
specifically going to get these shirts from Walmart, not getting the ones that are kind of cooler from like Hot Topic or from like like H&M has like sometimes like they'll have like a cool throwback tee.
I think
You
the
want
campier the better.
you want
like
the
the Led
stock-
Zeppelin one from Target.
that like you
Yeah.
know you
Yeah.
see the shirt and you go, well, that's from Target.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
But
you
then
know
you see another
immediately.
Led Zeppelin shirt, and you're like, cool shirt.
I think
I had multiple.
I think the dude rocked it in the band Hey Rocco. There's one video where the bass player's wearing that Led Zeppelin shirt,
It's like, oh,
but it like rules.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Okay. One time I saw in Goodwill, I saw a shirt. It was merch for the show Hoarders. And
Oh,
it just
yeah,
said,
yeah.
I'm keeping this one.
Wait. They have merch for that show.
Yeah.
they have to when you think about it.
Yeah.
When it has like a budget like that, it's like one of the few ways it could like break even.
Isn't that crazy? It just said, I'm keeping this one. Hoarders.
So I've been watching some
That's
Hoarders.
sick, actually.
You've been watching it?
Yeah.
I like to watch it sometimes.
It's tough.
Off
It's tough,
camera,
yeah.
we'll talk about the poop house. That's my favorite.
Oh.
I don't want to talk about the poop house.
Yeah, we don't have to do that.
Oh man.
That's a
Sometimes
rough
when
one.
I'm watching that show, I'm like, I kind of get where this guy's coming from.
He's like, yeah, that stuff is really cool. That mountain of stuff.
And then I go back home and I'm like,
Judging me, who they think they are.
I sometimes consider myself, I'm like, in the future, if I don't like get this under wraps,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's gonna
You
be
s-
bad.
you
yeah.
see that for
yeah.
yourself?
Oh yeah.
That's
I'm
serious.
a collector of things
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, we all have
love-
tendencies, you know.
I love throwing shit out.
That's
If
sick.
I could throw
Oh,
out
it feels
something-
so good.
Come over.
Oh,
we'll
I would
figure
love
this
to.
out.
I would
Yeah.
love to.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I like throwing
Donating
shit
clothes.
out, but I also have never seen a clean table. I don't know what's
Right.
good, you know. Like
That's true,
I
actually.
can't get like I think it's a great feeling too when you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna remember this. It's been in my basement for 4 years.
I hide a lot of things too. Hides.
You
my
hide
life.
things.
From
Yeah,
yourself?
for myself. Yeah.
Whoa.
Give me an
On
example.
purpose? Yeah,
Come back to me.
Okay, we'll
That's
come back
scary.
to guy.
That's really scary.
It's
That's
really
probably a-
scary.
it's a
It's
deeper-
mostly like
it's a deeper
food.
thing.
You
Like
hide
half
food.
food.
Like Oreos?
Wait, like you hide it because you don't want to eat it right away?
Look under
Or-
your chairs. No, I'm kidding.
Dude, imagine if you had a pack of Oreos under our
Yeah.
chairs.
And broccoli.
Dude, it,
And raw
Dude.
broccoli.
a thing of Oreos is not making it out alive
yeah.
in
definitely
this
love
house.
Oreos, too.
Yeah. Y'all ever have? I don't want to talk about food anymore. Never mind.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
do.
I'm hungry now.
All right,
Get me
let's bring it
excited.
up. Y'all ever have the Boom Chicka Pow kettle corn?
Oh yeah, of course.
It's
You-
unbelievable.
in the pink bag.
Hold on.
It's
hold
the purplish pink. Yeah.
yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's really good.
I'm not a kettle corn person. I never thought of myself as one. I don't. Oh, I was telling him the other day. All right, this is actually way more entertaining than Boom Chicka Pop. You ever have these things? I like forgot Cracker Jacks was a thing.
Oh yeah.
And then like the other day I was like Cracker Jacks, huh? And then I was like, that's so weird to me that just disappeared from my mind like completely for probably a decade.
You like
Yeah.
it?
No, I don't like it. I just
I love Cracker Jacks.
no, I like the peanuts that are in there at the end.
Oh.
Yeah, the peanuts. I just think that like there are just certain things that I'm like, oh yeah, that is a part of the world. You know?
Do you know who wrote "Take Me Out to the Ball Game"? That song.
I mean,
No, I'm actually not that interested. But
Imagine
I will listen.
Dragons. It was one of their 400.
Who's rejected from their
Hell
Wow,
yeah.
I love when a joke comes full circle. That's
That
good.
was good, and I messed it up a little bit.
Cracker
I'm sorry.
Jacks rule, by the way. Team Cracker Jacks.
You like them?
Shout out to them.
I like anything that's popcorn derivative. Honestly, I'm a popcorn fiend.
Popcorn's
He'll
a
tell you.
wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I eat it as plain as can be, or like we had some movie theater popcorn the other day. That doesn't last.
Like at the movie theater? Or
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So good.
Shout out to movies.
Kettle corn, fresh kettle corn, sick. Like one of the best things you'll ever eat, but also the Boom Chicka Pop. I have to kind of try to convince Jackie not to buy the
The party size.
the life size one from Costco, but
Dude, that's like, and whenever like for whatever reason, if I'm in Marshalls or whatever, I'm like, oh, this big bag's only like $3. Like for some
No
reason,
matter
it-
what, you're like,
yeah.
yeah,
good deal.
Yeah, I'm like,
it doesn't weigh anything.
Yeah. I'm like, why are they selling Boom Chicka Pop at a Marshall?
Or when you go to a fair and they have like all the different kinds of bagged popcorns that are just,
Yeah,
or
you
even
know it's all good stuff.
remember when ShopRite used to have the huge like diabetes in a bag of like butter popcorn?
Oh,
It was like translucent. It was like the size of me.
We had a thing
They should bring that back.
at our lot when we used to live together with the few other roommates where all of a sudden a full like pretty much like 3 foot tall bag of popcorn
Yeah.
showed up at our house
What
and we were
was
like,
that?
what in the world? And we just ate it and we would just have a hole in the bag and we would just all eat it randomly and like people would come over. It was pretty gross.
So stale.
People would come over, everyone would just be putting their hand in this bag. And then
Weeks.
and then
Weeks?
a month
Weeks.
and then a month later a different bag shows up. 3 or 4 different bags end up showing up.
What was that?
It was our friend.
Oh, we knew?
Yeah.
We found out?
Shout out to our friend.
Shout out to you. Shout out to
Popcorn King.
Secret Gifts.
We
and
d-
all
so
that.
he doesn't even remember that we know who gave it to us. like our friend made it such a sweet and fun gesture, and you're not even
Right.
you're not even carrying that with you.
How much
Right,
is that
exactly.
for like a?
Too much money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Too much money for a bit, but it was a bit that she knew we would all use.
Yeah,
like
you're
it wasn't
indulging
like
in it,
she
yeah.
bought it for. Also, remember we had like that 6-pound gummy bear. What was that all about?
That's what I
Ew.
find.
Yeah,
That
those
was
are gross.
And then you like have to like cut it with a knife to
Yeah,
even get.
those are gross.
Ew,
They're
that's
pretty gross.
That's so
yeah.
gross.
Why did we have that?
Whenever I
I
see
don't
like the
know.
novelty stores, like, oh, it's a 6-foot gummy worm, and it's like,
Ew.
dude, no,
Yeah.
we don't have to do that. It gets gross fast.
But it's kind of funny.
It is funny. It's hilarious. You hit your
Making
friends
it,
with-
they're like, this is sick. This is great.
That's what I mean. Like,
This
I
go
love
over
stuff
well.
like that. Like when I see something like that, I'm like, shout out to everyone involved.
Shout out to
'Cause-
weirdo shit.
Well,
like
yeah,
that,
because
you know?
like that passed so many boardrooms, like to get there,
Yeah.
Right.
and like it's like, all right, Harborough made this.
Can you imagine when like the research got back to the candy companies? Like, this is really bad for people.
they
Like,
hate
it's like.
Yeah, that's cool. Shout out to that. Is that like a Spencer's thing? Like, where do you even get something like
You
that?
could definitely get that at
It's
Spencer's.
sugar.
Yeah, you think so?
You think
Right,
you can get it
is
at
that what it is?
Spencer's?
I don't know.
Yeah,
There should be a
without a doubt.
store for
Anywhere
just-
on the
Five Below,
boardwalk.
I feel like.
Any
Mm.
boardwalk
Like
ever has
size
like a
gummy.
candy
You think
store.
it's like $5? I feel like it's like 25.
I feel like you could maybe not the biggest one, but I feel
Yo,
like you
shout
could
out
find an
Five
oversized
Below.
Gummy at Five
I feel
Below.
like you're probably right.
All the hardware this podcast is running off.
It's from Five
Yeah,
Below?
your mixer
No,
from Five
no.
Below.
I wish.
Yo,
Shout out.
If only music gear was $5.
shout out Spotify guy.
Spotify guy.
Shout out to him.
And that's
Yeah.
why we're sponsored by Reverb.com.
Oh my god.
Yeah, shout out Reverb. I've been back on my eBay bullshit.
Yes.
Oh
I go
my
on
God.
there. I love eBay.
Checking out the Pokemon cards.
No, but I usually go on like guitar pedals, and I'll just go like guitar pedals ending soonest, and then like I just want to like bid on some stuff that I know I'm not gonna win, and then I have this just weird feeling. It's almost like you're gambling.
That's a weird
Yeah.
thing you do.
It's not good, and then I feel
on the
bad.
edge,
And then I feel bad if I like rose the bid like $5, but I
Yeah.
actually didn't win, and then I'm like, Johnny now has to pay 25 instead of 20 because I decided for a second.
Yeah.
That's
weird.
evil.
That's a weird thing you do. You
Stop
do that.
saying that.
Yeah, but you do that and it's weird. Like
Yeah.
sometimes he'll text me and be like, "Dude, I bid on this thing. Like, I
Yeah.
really hope I don't get it." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"What's going
that
on
does
here?"
happen. Like I bid
Why?
on this MIDI controller thing that was like this big, and I was like, I don't even know how I. It's like I don't even know what I would do.
It's
with
like one
this.
of the ones like they
The
like
light
trigger
up-
the. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And I like watched a video of it after I bid on it already, and I'm like watching them do this stuff, and I'm like, how do you know what note is that? Like there, this is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's his name? Like not Kenny Wasabi. There's like a guy who like literally like, plays those. Like that's his instrument basically. Loads them
It's
up
sick.
with samples. and
Some
it's,
of
like,
them are
just
sick.
Crazy. I'm like I can't do.
I
that.
have
You
friends
gotta-
with like the ones with like the million buttons, and I'm like, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But shout out to them.
Shout out to those
Shout out to them.
friends. Shout out to Buttons.
Should we talk about music a little bit?
We should. And actually, it was a good segue with the buttons and thing.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah,
like,
MIDI controllers.
So the newer stuff, a lot of
Yeah.
it, like even like the past couple like records and whatnot, have like featured a lot more like programming. I think than earlier. Like, is that
Yeah.
all done like in the box, like in like whatever DAW, or like how does that go?
Whoa.
I know you guys
Depends.
bring like synthesizers on stage,
Yeah.
but is that where that takes place?
Sometimes. Whoa. Nice. Dude.
Nice.
Do you think
Locked
that?
in.
Do you think that Mike picked up that neck crack you just did? That was crazy.
That was nice.
Can't do it again.
Probably
The
not,
camera did,
unfortunately,
yeah.
but we know.
Yeah, we you heard.
Y'all
that,
heard
right?
it?
That was
Yeah.
crazy. Synths, yeah, we kind of started getting into synths around the same
Pre-pandemic.
time. Yeah, I feel like the pandemic, like.
Well, that's when we got you were really into the Deep Mind.
The Deep Mind. Well, I started with the mini log, the Korg mini log.
It's a classic.
Classic. We kept hearing like if that's like
if you need a
entry
first
level,
synth, get
yeah.
the mini log, because
Mini log, shout
everyone
out.
pretty much gets it and then keeps it forever,
Yeah,
regardless of what other
sounds-
synths they
Sounds
get.
good. It's
Yeah.
like semi-analog or whatever. Shout out to that. And then it was during the pandemic when he started getting more into production, and
Yeah.
we started getting more into synths, and then and then it's kind of a half like because we wanted to, half necessity, like that EP that we did with Haley on it and everything. That's we were doing it ourselves, and we couldn't record drums because we were at home and we didn't have a studio.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of just like this intersection of what we wanted to do and what we could do.
Yeah, it just
True.
depends on the sound too. Like there's times where Brendan makes up really cool patches on like the Deep Mind or the mini log. I'm usually making stuff in the box,
Sure.
honestly.
Yeah.
I don't own a Juno. They're very expensive. I love the Juno, so you'll see me, pulling out my Arturia version of that.
Yeah.
Um,
of course.
on
Shout out to
Logic. Arturia. Shout out to Arturia. if you go on a maybe.
Legitimately though, like that's
Legit,
They
Yeah, they
cool
make some
props.
of the coolest and we're past the point where it's like, oh well, you need it to be analog to sound like this on a record. It's like, no, I don't.
No.
It's gonna be like I can make it sound how I need
You could
it
add
to
hiss
sound.
to it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
I'm just gonna add
I'll throw
like,
some
a
noise on
a
there.
tape plugin
Yeah.
and make it sound analog.
Also, like yeah, there's capabilities to like run it through tape after. Like
Also
there's so
true.
many. There is something wonderful to with certain hardware having
course.
like a real synth to like be able to move the expression knobs and stuff like that while you're playing and to feel. There's always going to be ways to. It's just more of a creative choice. Like there are always going to be like things that click in your brain in different ways when you're using something analog versus in the computer. But for sound specifically, doesn't really matter
It's
too
all
much.
about what makes you make the best song. That's
So,
what I always say.
yeah.
It's all about what like inspires you to finish the song and make it. Like
Definitely.
I could be playing a chord progression that I think is bad, but then
Right.
he hears it and he's like, I like that.
Yeah.
And then it's a song, and that's what I mean. That has nothing to do with where it came from, really.
Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, I mean, to answer the question, it's really a hybrid. I mean, I have like some cool drum machine hardware that we use. For certain things, but a lot of times I'm programming drums myself on
Shout
the
out
computer.
Splice.
Splice.
Splice,
Splice.
but yeah, well,
Shout
Splice
out
is cool.
Splice.
Yeah, Splice is cool. But then like you get to a point where you're like downloading like 500 kicks, and you're like, I really just need to pick
Yeah.
from 10.
Yeah.
Like, I
Actually,
shouldn't
like,
have
any
all
of
these.
those,
Yeah, yeah.
like,
Choice
these are-
paralysis a little bit.
It
there.
is definitely choice paralysis.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm trying to narrow that kind of stuff down, but yeah, I'll program a lot of stuff. We'll do a lot of, I mean, if we're not doing live drums, obviously, we'll still blend samples when necessary. But yeah, like the more programmy stuff, just depends. But we also wanted to just kind of open up our sound a bit. I think early on, in hindsight, it didn't matter as much as it does in my brain, which is always how things work.
It's always,
but
yes. That's like the
we
plight of an
felt-
artist.
Yeah, we just felt like we were maybe getting stuffed in a box that didn't feel correct to us, and I always wanted. I think we all did. Like bigger. Like we always just wanted to be like the best band in the world, and
That's it.
and whether or not that's the goal now. I mean, it's just like we wanted to be able to show that we had range and that we weren't just only a band that could play a song like Never Scared or you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And
It's like
I
you're not just a
love-
rock band. It's
yeah,
like
we
it's
love
so much
pop
more
music,
than-
like
yeah.
so much, and like bands that can kind of teeter those lines. I mean, the 1975 comes out with those first couple albums, and you're like, oh, so you can have a song that sounds like this, and then have a song that sounds like that right next to
Yeah.
each other, and this song could be all guitars, and this song could have no guitars, and like we didn't want to ever feel confined to that, and so. The pandemic was a kind of a perfect excuse to really dive into that more. The album that came after, My Battery Is Low, we actually recorded that before the EP.
Oh.
And so, but that was when we really were first toying with, I think it is a good mix of both because we had
is.
Mike Lenardi played drums, who's one of the best
the guy.
Shout out.
in the world ever.
Speaking of dudes who love synthesizers.
And he was, yeah.
What a freak.
Very, very glad I didn't buy any Euro racks, but I
He
did.
almost had you.
He almost had
He
me.
almost bled you
Bro,
dry.
this is-
Oh man, yeah, he's the
the
best.
bind's only like $1,000. You know, like,
Well, you got to get
You
the
can
board
finance
first.
it,
The board's a
bro.
couple hundred.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I
Shots out.
doing?
It's between like 80 and 350. It's fine.
Just don't get
So
outbid.
Just don't get outbid. Exactly. But yeah, we had him in there, and like,
Hell yeah.
and we worked with Eric on that record. Eric Romero, shout out Eric,
Yeah.
shout out Mike. And Eric was really, he's always been, he kind of, I mean, we did Swimmers and Take a Second with him. That was our first foray into like, Eric produced music that was a little bit different from where we were kind of being
Sure.
put in a box, and we were starting to write differently, and we showed him the demos, and he really helped us get weird, and that's when we're like, cool, we can do this. And I think for that album after that, we really wanted to do a mix of like, oh, cool, I did make this cool sound on the demo. I'm going to just send it right to Eric, and we're going to use that. And
Yeah.
then, like, we had Mike in there play drums, and then he'd bring in some gear, and we'd do other cool, weird stuff. And, like, songs like Never Be Your Babe. Eric did a lot of that, I think.
What?
the crazy drum like reverses.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
slip.
yeah.
Of course, yeah, that's his bread
Yeah,
and
so
butter.
So cool.
he's really great at that, and at this point we do a lot of that part on our own. But like he definitely helped us open the door to.
Yeah,
he's-
definitely one of the more
creative.
influential people to work with.
Yeah,
Like just like you pick up so much just from where like the choices he
Totally.
makes is like I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty abstract mind when it
Yeah,
comes to production.
Totally. And
It's
just
like-
his ability to just say like, yeah, let's try it. You know, like
yeah. Let's try it is great. It's awesome. Yeah, he definitely taught us a lot about like, or I think the most important thing was like he like allowed us to realize like, yeah, you guys can do that whatever weird thing you thought you
Yes.
should do there.
Yes.
Where it's like we were already toying with things, but it's like, but I don't know if I'm doing it right, and it's like there is no right.
Right.
That sounds
Dude,
crazy,
the tone
right?
of your voice, like pre-working with Eric, to like
True.
just
True.
things you pick up. You're like, I didn't know that's how I could sound.
True.
Type deal.
Yeah. Great.
As David Lee Roth would say, if it sounds good, it is good.
That's the way to say
Shout
it. It is what he
out.
would say.
He would say it.
Yeah.
We got him coming on next.
We got just-
Oh, I hope he's coming on with the bluegrass version. Have you seen
Wow.
that?
No, not
What-
yet.
what is it,
What?
jump?
Okay.
He does jump.
Spend the rest of your night
Yeah,
watching
Dude,
watching him
let's
on a
go.
late night doing the bluegrass version of Jump.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's
good.
the coolest thing I've ever heard.
It's wild.
It's better than the coolest thing you've ever heard.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm hyping it up as much as possible,
No, and you should.
and you will not be let down.
yeah, that's
Wow.
true.
Like, is it gonna be like Puddle of Mud Nirvana?
No.
No. It's a whole different level.
It's so much better
So good.
in the way you want it to be.
Sick.
Yeah. Way more cocaine involved.
So like cool in like a Corey Feldman kind of way.
Yeah.
no, not
You'll
that
see.
either.
He's
Okay.
his
You'll
own.
see.
He
He's his
does a
own
great
guy.
job. And shout
Yeah.
out to him. I mean,
Shout out to him.
some crazy songs out there that are
Yeah.
great. They're great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we love music. It's cool.
Music rocks.
Podcasts are great too. Big fan of listening to podcasts.
Huge.
I feel like they're gonna start one.
you guys
Like
should. Wait,
we're gonna have like
Oh, we did
competing.
one time, and dude, this is how bad it was. We had a competition who could not say anything for the longest amount of time.
Like
in
you,
the middle of
Andy
the pod-
Kaufman podcast. Yeah.
The problem
What
with the
a
podcast
dumb,
is this.
Stupid thing.
No, it's a good.
The problem with the podcast is this. Brandon, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to throw you on the spot.
No, do it.
They might not like you anymore.
No,
I don't
that's
care.
impossible.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah.
Shoot.
You could.
Brendan goes, the only way we can do a podcast is if we're not taking it too seriously, because it would be embarrassing if we tried to take it seriously and then it wouldn't be cool. And I was like,
I don't remember
I
saying
think
this.
we should just make a podcast.
Oh, he's saying because we take ours
We
too
take it way
seriously.
too
We don't take it too seriously.
What's your
no,
point?
not that you guys take it too seriously, but you were kind of like,
No, I
when we're
do.
speaking, like we have to kind of like almost be roasting the idea of being podcasters.
I don't think I said that.
You had a weird thing about it, and that
It's
didn't
like a
work for me.
post-iron.
Yeah, you
kind of
can't- you
thing.
can't really
I don't know.
overthink
I'm not
it.
like that though.
No.
I don't agree with that. I'll say that.
Well, that's great. Let's shake on this and let's start our We start our podcast.
Shout out to our podcast.
Shout out to our podcast,
Raw
Modern Chem
Broccoli.
Podcast,
Oh, that's it.
Raw Broccoli, the Modern Chem Podcast.
If
That
you
we can't
steal
call it
any
that. I
of our
don't like
bits
that.
or
name.
don't like it
guests,
either.
I swear to God.
What's that?
If you steal any bits or guests, swear to
We
God.
probably will still
I'll
guess,
talk
'cause
to
I don't-
Spotify. I'll get all your numbers back down to zero.
We had a lawyer type up a non-compete, so you guys have just to sign it on the way out.
I mean, we're not going to be interviewing like me and
Joe?
Brendan.
Oh.
Joey, yeah. I'd interview Joey.
That'd be sick.
would love
actually.
to.
We probably would just, yeah,
I would
we would
love
definitely
that.
interview Joey, yeah.
How long was that one?
What?
The Joey.
I think with Joey, we would just go,
Shout out to
not
Joey.
super long. Actually, it was like a
No, because it's him and Kyle.
Okay.
No, not Kyle. It was him and Johnny.
John. Yeah, I was
Johnny.
like, wait, I was like,
Kyle's
was I
also in the band.
there? Yeah.
you're like, was I not at that podcast?
Yeah. That's like it was John. Yeah.
Other Irish person in the band.
Yeah. Also true.
I
Shout out
went
the
to
Irish.
I went to Ireland recently.
Oh,
Did you
I
take
did
a
too.
picture?
Yeah, I really have always wanted to go.
It was really cool. It
You
was-
take a picture next to a hill
I did do
Oh,
that.
I did that too.
It's
I did
reductive.
that.
No, I did it too.
No, yeah.
As I went to.
Yeah.
in a windbreaker.
Were you guys there together?
No, very
No.
different times.
Wow.
I
Within
met
the past 2 years?
Yeah.
Year and a half? Year and a half?
Okay.
Year?
I met a cool cat, horse,
That's yeah.
Cat.
and a cow.
Cat,
cow,
horse?
cow, and a horse.
Oh.
Both.
I feel like those are all like things you would do in
Yeah.
Ireland. Like it's sick.
I had a lot of like butter and stuff like that. You know. Guinness.
Yeah, they definitely stick to what you think the food is going to be.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
If you like potatoes,
Oh,
my man.
Steve.
I-
Shepherd's pie.
I was meant to be born Irish. I tell you that.
You're not.
No.
You should get
Yeah.
into it.
I love Italian food, but
Why
I
did
love
you
do this to
potato-
me?
I love potatoes.
I
more
think
than, like,
potatoes.
most things.
Potatoes don't do it for me.
I don't really.
Potatoes are.
So did you hate Ireland?
Potatoes are really good if they're all crispy and like French fried the right way. If you get the thick French fries that are like crinkle cut, like get out of there with that.
Oh.
If you got a good French fry, a curly fry, make them all curly fries first of all. Let's do that.
I don't hate that.
I didn't know he thought that.
I
I
think
like-
potatoes.
I like shoestring.
I think
That might be
potatoes are just.
cancelable.
I think there's
Yeah.
great potato things made out of potatoes, but like if you give me a plain potato, or if you give me like, here's my big hiccup, and this
Oh.
might be where this is all stemming from.
Okay.
I will never know the difference between hash browns and home fries, the words, and I really like one of them, and I really don't like the other, and I'll never get it right when I go to the restaurant.
That's weird. It's pretty easy.
I like the super fried ones. I like when they're kind of like the ones from Waffle House.
Oh, smothered and covered in.
Well, I like to do
So
that
those are
stuff,
home
but
fries. Yeah.
I think that's more of a hash brown.
Isn't a hash brown like a patty?
Well, I do
typically?
like the hash brown patty. I like when the potatoes are, you know
Oh.
what I'm talking about, when they're kind of like stringy, and then there's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
it's like brown fried on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
top.
yeah.
That's like my favorite.
That's
Anything
so
like
good.
that. The ones where it's like big chunks of potatoes with like peppers.
That's
I'm
home
like,
fries.
that's mid as hell.
That's home
you
fries.
You're right.
Mid as
You're
hell.
right,
That's
that
home
is home
fries.
fries.
Not mid.
Definitely mid.
I mean, it's not mid, but
I
it's
enjoy
home
them,
fries.
but not as
So
much.
good.
But they're mid as hell.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Thank you.
Oh damn! All right. Well, Ireland was cool.
But Ireland. Yeah. That's cool though. Ireland's sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why were we talking about you going to Ireland?
I actually don't
He's
remember.
excited.
I went too. I went
We
too.
didn't get to catch up.
Yeah.
I went too. You know, there's a lot of cool Irish music. We actually love.
Me
Sinead
too.
O'Connor.
But you two.
Two Door Cinema Club,
Cranberries.
Are they?
Oh, really?
Are they?
Northern Ireland.
You two is.
Northern, dude? That's
They-
not.
No, yeah. That,
They tore it up the other night too.
Here's the deal. We needed to take a second and say,
yeah, they were-
I'm tired of our generation not understanding how good U2 is, and I'm tired of that. And another great Irish band that I am just really falling in love with, Fontaine's DC.
Fontaine CC
Irish?
rocks.
Unreal
Yes.
Irish band. Yeah, there's something there. When I was in Ireland, there was a few songs that were just like so haunting, and it's like I feel like it comes from like this long like they've just had a country for so many more years than us that there
Yeah.
feels like there's so much history in like the.
It feels like an
the
ancient
vi-
land.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and like some of the music, I'm like, wow, this is so haunting, and
Yeah.
it feels like I don't even know who I was listening to. I was like, it sounds like this guy's like on a pirate ship, and he's just so sad.
Was it Thin Lizzy? The boys are back in
It
town.
was not. Are they Irish?
Yeah, dude.
That rocks.
Thin Lizzy's Irish.
That's really cool.
Thin
I was
Lizzy's
in a
good.
I was in a little cafe and it had pictures of him all over the cafe.
That's amazing.
sick.
Lizzie himself.
Yeah, Mr. Thin Lizzy. Yeah, they
Mr.
were
Thin
like,
Lizzy?
he's from here and we love
That's
it.
it.
Him and Leonard Skinner knew each other actually.
Did
too.
they?
Yeah,
They
That's cool. as
did they
hell.
get
They grew
along?
up together.
yeah. And Pink Floyd. Yeah,
Sloan
they knew each
Kettering.
other.
Pink did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Pink
Fontaine
Floyd.
CC rocks though. I actually
Yeah.
I hadn't listened to them until somewhat recently. And what put me onto them was for some reason or another they're doing like a video promo to I think it was to promote the last album. And for whatever reason, the singer is just like really fucked up. Like it looked like he just got into a bar fight like
Oh, that's
2
sick.
nights before. Like
Whoa.
he's black and blue in the face. I'm like, what happened to this guy?
That's
His shoulders
wild.
like all cut up. And I'm like, is he okay? And then I was like, let me check it out. And I really dug it.
Really
He got
cool.
you.
Yeah, he got.
He
Yeah, it was
baited
good
you.
promo if that was the point.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
we should
so-
do that.
Absolutely.
Just
I'm
beat
down.
the shit out of each other.
Oh, you want?
you started to.
Well, we've been talking
You
about
gotta
doing.
finish it.
True, you got it finished.
We're trying to.
Fight.
We've been trying to figure out a way to have like some sort of fight where people will like we can live stream it and people will watch like boxing or whatever. We can put gloves on. Who cares?
Yeah.
But we've been wanting to beat the shit out of each other for so long, and we want to make
Yeah.
some money off it. I don't know if you guys can help us make this
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
100%.
Money or attention. Whatever.
We almost did start it
you
in
got, like, a
college
couple bucks.
at our college house, WrestlePlex. Yeah.
Oh, we did
Yeah.
almost
We
start
almost do WrestlePlex. Yeah.
Yeah, we just like
Tensions
have friends
were
come over
high.
and do
Whoa.
I'd like to do boxing, but I'd also like to be able to do some jujitsu on you.
MMA.
So it's
called
MMA.
Yeah,
MMA.
but we need like some sort of gloves, right? No, we don't. You don't want them.
MMA has gloves.
Those are like not gloves.
Oh. Oh, I see what you're saying.
But I'm down if you want to. If you really want to not bare knuckle, but if you really want to go.
Listen, man.
You
My
think we
uncle's
can get
we
involved in
could
this?
make this happen.
Oh,
What's that?
My uncle's we can make this happen.
Wow.
That's why he's doing podcasts.
yeah. Following his footsteps.
Family business, and he couldn't
Shout
get you a better setup, bro.
It's a podcast.
Hey,
He's
just
humble.
kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Do what you can with what you can. It's a great setup.
It is a really good.
Shout out Five Below.
He's got SM7Bs, all right? It's not
Yeah,
crazy.
Everyone, that's the
I
standard.
think he does. Seeing some
Yeah.
people with the what's the other one? that I
RE20?
liked? RE20, great mic. I'm a
Big
7B
mic.
guy though. I use both. Those are my two vocal mics. I don't really stray too far.
Like cups his hands
Oh,
now
not-
as a
that-
microphone.
That's the name you can't draw. You're not. That has to get censored. For sure.
Bleep that.
Yeah, can
AJ.
put that-
You guys bleep?
Yeah,
Can we say bad words?
oh yeah.
They might take your podcast down for saying.
AJ.
Yeah, that we can't say. You
Bleep
can
it,
say
bleep it.
whatever else you want, basically.
I'll be really bewildered if YouTube takes the time to comb through this.
You never know.
You never know.
Dude,
all bots.
AI, bro.
You're
the
telling me-
algorithm's gonna get you, bro.
Yeah, bleep it.
Yeah, but they're gonna look at the view count. They're gonna be like,
You'd be
"What's the worst that
surprised.
could happen?"
I mean, it's not like you're like, let's petition to get phones back on YouTube.
Whoa, bleep that, bleep
You're
that.
starting.
Bleep that.
You're starting to say a bunch
Bleep
of
that.
shit.
Well,
Don't get them back on YouTube. Just kidding.
We'll bleep it in post.
I mean, wait, was there a mouse in your pocket? What do you mean, will?
Guy, you got a lot of work to do on this
Yeah.
podcast, my man.
Can you censor our feet too?
yeah, I was thinking about that.
Dude,
What?
we had a running bit where, not a running bit. It was just for last week when we did it with Grasser. I didn't have an extra pair of socks, so I was
Oh,
barefoot.
no,
and we
censor
joked,
it.
We joked that we would censor it,
You
but
gotta.
it never got censored.
He didn't want to.
So
I also like all week I've been thinking every time I open my sock drawer, I'm just like, I could just lent you a pair of socks.
You could have lent me a pair of socks.
Like,
Yeah, you
Oh,
could have lent him a pair of
later
socks.
when I went back through my backpack, I did actually have a
Wow.
pair of socks. So
Wow,
I
get
so you
stage
both
fright.
dropped the ball.
yeah, we
Yeah.
did definitely.
Or
Bro,
you really
you
like
want
the
to talk
band.
about dropping balls?
Censor. Bleep
How
this.
about a
Beep
mic
that all
totally
out.
not being on?
Whose
And
mic
now
was
all
it
our
on?
mics are on, right?
Watch to find
Maybe.
out.
Shout out
I'll link the
Grasser.
video
We're
right
going
here.
to play their album release show with Ida Wave.
Shout out.
It's going to be a good time.
At-
That green room's gonna stink.
Where is it?
It's going to smell nice.
Oh.
Where is the show?
The Wonder Bar,
When is the
August
show?
30th,
Asbury Park, New Jersey.
Asbury Park, New Jersey.
Bleep that.
Yeah, bleep that part.
Bleep that.
Where's the show?
It's going to be
Ask a
fun.
cop. Wait, no. No, it's the other way around.
Ask a punk.
Ask a
Ball.
punk, ask a cop. Ask a cop.
Ask a cop. where
That's
the
a
show
shirt
is.
I'd wear.
That's crazy.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I think that was it. I think that was the take.
I have to pee.
Nice.
That's it. There we go.
What? We're done?
Yeah, I think
You don't say bye or anything?
no, we-
Yo, thank you so much for coming to the podcast. This has
feels
been
You just
really
stopped
special for
talking?
us.
Hold on.
Hey,
we gotta take this over, Joe.
We got to take this over.
This is bullshit.
The hosts are leaving, but listen,
We'll
we
keep
are
it going
here
for
to
a little while.
stay.
We just want to make a nice ending.
I mean, we didn't even get to
wrap it up.
talk about like
Put a bow on it.
the heat these days.
It's hot.
It's so hot
It's so
these
hot.
days.
No, we're supposed
I
to
hate-
wrap it
It's
up.
no, it's too
You're
humid.
bringing up a new thing.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
wrapping
saying
it
like
up.
we still didn't get to the important stuff yet. We didn't
Wrap
get
it
to
up,
what
dude.
we're-
Wrap it up.
It's too humid in New Jersey, and I don't
Yeah.
think it's always been this way.
Anyway, thanks. Come to the show. Buy our.
We got a lot of music
merch.
coming out, and you probably heard everything you could imagine about it.
Thanks
today
so
on
much,
this podcast.
Joe and Brendan, for having us.
Thanks for having
Uh,
us.
Yeah, no
yeah,
problem.
Thanks
We're
for-
happy to have you.
Thanks for
and
coming on.
you're
I really
welcome
appreciate
anytime.
it.
Thanks for
You're
coming on
welcome
Raw Broccoli, episode 1.
anytime. Raw broccoli. Nah, I really can't do the name. Can we change it now? Let's change it
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. How about
Welcome to the zone.
This time